okay. It was just I was not paying attention. I'm working.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
I
You're going to
finished.
stop that right now.
I know. I finished my schedule.
We're
Though. I'm
live.
very proud of myself. Oh, shoot.
Welcome to Mothership Monday, everybody. The stream is going to start in just a few minutes. See what's so fun. I'm just trying to inform people.
No, it was me being funny because I didn't realize that you literally won't. Anyway, whatever.
I can't take you anywhere.
No, you can't. This is why we can't have nice things.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Mm-hmm.
But we can have an amazing stream tonight. I'm excited about this one.
Me too. Indeed. Aw. Hi, Court.
What up, Courtney? How you living? Well, Courtney, I got to talk to you, brother. Oh, I got to talk to you.
Oh.
You know, all good, brother. It's all good that I want to talk to you about. Blammo. Okay. Can I do this in record time? Let's see. Because I'm just really anxious about actually talking about.
That's fine. You can do it in record time, but I cannot. So I'm just saying.
Okay.
How do you do it so fast?
Just well, I don't know. She's making me sound like I'm like a. I'm not gonna finish that thought. But.
Yeah, don't finish that thought.
How you doing over there?
Horrible.
Okay, I'm no better than ass now. Sheesh.
Gosh darn it, slow down.
Gee willikers.
Wait, are you really done?
No. I'm not far though. I'm not far.
OMG whiz.
I don't even know what I'm laughing at anymore.
Are we both losing it?
I'm having a long life. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, girl.
It's been a week, hasn't it?
And it's Monday. That's the saddest thing about all of this. It is Monday. It is just
crap.
Monday.
I forgot.
So around that tea now.
See, I don't consider Monday a week. Oh well, actually, Monday's technically my weekend. So.
Oh, you're living the dream right now.
I mean,
you don't have a right to. I am taking away your right to complain about anything during this broadcast.
Well, that's not very fair.
Have I ever been known to be fair?
No, not.
If there is one thing the Mantis is, it is unfair. I'm a very unfair person.
Facts, yo, facts.
Like when I teach, I love having favorites.
No, you do not.
And I love picking on, the weak.
You can't do that. That's not fair. Oh, right. That's
No,
what we're
are you not even listening to me at this point?
Not at this point.
So I'm ready whenever you're ready. But look who we got here. We got the Hannah Banana. We got Shaolin Iceboxer up in this piece. We got Izzy, long time no see, brother. Matt Cat, hail, Mantis, hail, Lainey. Hail to you, Matt Cat. God bless you.
Hell,
Heather
Matt.
Gale is up in here. Holler at your boy.
Heather, hi.
And Hannah Banana. All right. I'm ready when you're ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
Let's do it. And so, like I said, we have no theme music tonight, but I'm telling you that by Christmas time we will have.
I promise.
Going to bring us theme music.
Santa's gonna bring us a gift because I promise that I'm gonna stop slacking on my end. Because every week you say that I feel worse and worse. That's your tactic, though.
Lainey, we talk about monsters here, but you're the real monster.
Another fact.
Welcome to Mothership Monday. I am the Fat Mantis, and I am here with
Lainey O.
For another Mothership Monday, we talk about the supernatural, the paranormal, the unexplained, the occult. Today, we are talking about the apocalypse. Now, before we go any further, we would love it if you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and keep tuning in to Mothership Mondays every Monday-ish. Sometimes it's not a Monday, but
it's been happening on Mondays. So honestly, I'm pretty proud of us. We've been really good. I can't remember the last Monday we missed actually.
My friend has been having dreams about an apocalypse and a nuclear war. Oddly enough, I feel it because it's in the air, right?
It is in the air for sure.
And so there's a new conspiracy theory, and I didn't want to start with this, but we might. You know what? Let's start with nuclear weapons. We're going to talk about all the different ways that we can die as an apocalyptic way. But I think we should start with nuclear weapons because it's on everyone's mind.
Unfortunately, yes, it is. I'd like to do a really quick shout out to HJL, by the way. This is a in-life real friend. Thank you for being here, babes. Miss you.
Yo, Hannah wants to make our theme song. That would be amazing.
That would be awesome.
I'll tell you my vision, Hannah. We'll talk. Demon Omega says, okay, what's in the air? What my son leaves inside the toilet and wreaks havoc in the air.
Oh,
Thank you, Demon, for that. I thought love was in the air.
You know, love. We hope love is in the air. We're going to start launching those tactical nukes.
Okay, so he is acting crazy, and so if he does, there will no longer be a country known as Russia. He will lose any fight that he starts. The thing is that I think he's crazy enough to not care. I think he's like a guy who's like, I'll go out shooting. But the reason you might have fears of the apocalypse coming from nuke is because we are closer to nuclear war than we have ever been. Some say that we are closer to nuclear war than even during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Mm-hmm. Because there was actually we didn't know that at the time, but there was no actual threat. They were not ever going to fire.
Correct.
We didn't know that.
Right. But this is definitely something that we should be worried about and should be thinking about. It's the scary time for sure. World War III could be on the brink.
I love it here. I check out Mantis as much as I can. I dig the vibes. Thank you so much, H-Gal. It is a grand old pleasure to have you here in the stream. And so here's the new conspiracy theory that's ripping up the airwaves. Okay. So have you ever heard of something called climate change? Something we're going to discuss more of down the line, but you've obviously heard of climate change, right?
Absolutely. Do you believe in climate change?
I do. I do. Here's what I'm saying. I think there are a lot of like extremists who are like, we have 10 years to live. Shut up. Just shut the hell up with that.
Oh, dang.
Here's what it is. They're being extreme so that we get on the ball, and I dig it. It's kind of like what I do when I'm like have to go someplace with my mother. I always say we have to be there 2 hours earlier because I know she's going to make me late.
Absolutely.
And so
you have to tell me that it's a half hour early or we will be late. I promise.
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah.
So that's what they're doing. But I don't believe we have 10 years, but I do believe man is affecting the climate and it's coming. Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's destroying this planet and it's man-made. We are creating all the pollution that is affecting our climate. So, and I'm sorry if anyone, I'm not trying to be political. I'm not trying to ruffle feathers. That's just what I believe.
We're talking about the apocalypse. It's going to get political. It's fine.
Right. So here's the messed up conspiracy theory. So you know what happens after a nuke is detonated in terms of temperature?
Yeah, freeze. We're going to go to
temperature drop called a nuclear winter. No matter what season it is, it will begin to snow eventually. It gets so cold in that area, and it lasts for a little while. It's actually said that if we were to fire off just 1/3 of our nuclear payload, just America, that would create a worldwide nuclear winter that would last at least 100 years. So the belief is, the conspiracy theory right now is certain people want to have a nuclear war with Russia, a small one, that it will lower the Earth's temperature and fend off global warming. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I think that that's pretty dumb to want to have mass genocides and murders and whatever you want to call it, just because we want a nuclear winter. Like you said, I don't think that we are. Are we in danger? What's climate change? Are we in danger of a climate change? Yes, absolutely. We are feeling it, but also we're gonna have one of the coldest winters on the East Coast we've had in years. So
I feel it already.
Absolutely.
The other day it was like 40. It was like 40 already, and it's only October.
Exactly. Like, it's already, so we can sit here and we can say that we're going into these climate changes and things like that, which, yes, I do believe. I think that, and I also think that our axes are starting to rotate. I don't know if you know that theory. We'll probably get into that. But our climate, the planet itself, yes, obviously we're on an axis, and it's eventually going to flip poles.
Oh, yes. So that...
Yeah.
That actually does happen it's not even that long. It's people say like every 10,000 years.
Correct, and we're actually overdue for it to happen. The sun actually just did its own rotational, and that's why we're getting so much more solar flares, which also, pretty fun fact, guys, check out the skies on the East Coast. You might actually see an Aurora Borealis, which is pretty cool.
And actually, I can't believe, I don't know, did we talk about this? About there underneath South America, there's a triangle, one of the notorious triangles, right? Where it's constantly stays over 100 degrees.
Yeah.
And the reason why is that because like the process of Earth like changing its magnetic field, all the radiation that it's dragging with it is building up in this one area. It's fascinating.
That is fascinating.
Yeah, it's weird. There's a spot in the ocean that like sailors have to avoid, or you risk radiation.
It's like molten lava.
Well, yeah, I mean it's water, but a sailor is going to cook himself,
Let's not cook
hello,
the sailors.
Ahoy Rogue Radio. Hannah Banana says, "I gave myself a stick and a poke, and I regret it."
Hannah, you are you're are you okay, baby girl? You're like man, you're being a rebel recently, huh?
Oh, she's going crazy.
She's going cray-cray. This would be the worst way to bring down the planet's climate. I agree with Matt. Absolutely, Matt Cat. I don't think it's a good idea. Listen, so it's let's save the planet by killing the planet another way. That makes no sense to me. Oh my God, are you one of the percent that's like, yeah, let's do it?
I'll say it's not the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. Here's what I'm saying. You know what it is? I am more scared of climate change than I am of Russia. And so I do think they will do damage, and I think they will take out a bunch of people, but we're overpopulated as it is. So here's what I'm saying. I don't know the science.
So climate change still doesn't mean that we're going to die off. It's not like, listen, when we talk apocalypse, like, apocalypse doesn't mean that we all just die. Like, there's still always that percentage and that chance that the human population is going to continue to go on, even though we don't really deserve it. And am I right? Am I right?
We do.
You think that the human race deserves to go on? I don't. I'm sorry. I think that honestly, maybe it's our time to just.
That's the most illogical thought process a human could possibly have. You are a human. You want S word?
We're horrible. We're horrible. We're horrible.
We're not great.
We're a
not
horrible
great,
species.
we're not great, but we're all we have. There's no alternative. Yo, so let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What is as you know, you kind of know me. You feel like you know me well, right?
I think so.
What do I fear more than anything?
The ocean.
The ocean. Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
There is a particular creature in the ocean that I fear.
Sharks.
I can't stand
Yeah,
sharks.
I know. You hate sharks. I know.
And so their shark attacks every year are up and up because climate change is making them hunt for food closer to our shores.
We've always had sharks in our water. Come on.
The numbers are increasing. What I'm
They
saying
are
is,
increasing, absolutely, because our waters are colder. But that's the thing,
talk-
too. Well, hold on, time out. You do realize that great white sharks, they like cold water. That's why they are found generally in South Africa. Have you ever been? Oh, my God, those waters are freezing. They like... Don't go swimming. Anyway, they like cold waters. So we're sitting here and we're like, oh, we're having climate change. Our oceans are colder. Wait, our oceans are also colder because our ice caps are melting. So
everything we're describing right now is climate change. This is a big deal. You're like climate change sucks, but it's not gonna I'm saying no, it's really
I think it's huge. I absolutely think it's huge. I'm not sitting here and saying that climate change is not a danger in our world, and you know, I do. I know it is.
What up, Timmy? Hannah Banana says Leviathan. Yes, I certainly I fear like most water creatures. Like if I were to see a Leviathan, it would be the end of my life. Demon Omega said, I thought Mantis feared a screaming goat.
I got you, Demon. I got you. Oh, I was wrong. Sharks. No, Leviathan.
I do talk about Leviathan a lot, but he does give me fears. Mantis, I'm there with you. I don't F with the ocean. Yeah, I don't swim in the ocean. I don't do any of that stuff. AJ,
I grew up by the ocean. I swim in the ocean. I still got all 4 limbs, guys. I'm good.
But next summer, you might not. You're gonna be one-armed Lainey. That's what they're gonna call you because a shark will have taken it.
One, our swells aren't big enough for us not to notice that a great white shark is swimming in our waters.
They are literally attacking people. There's a kid whose leg got split in half. There's all these people I see every other day, like during the summer. They're like, another motherfucker got bit by a shark.
Eat my leg, eat my arm. That means that I don't have to work anymore. Cool with me, bro.
Fuck that, man.
Take a limb.
I'm not scared of a hard day's work, man. I'm
not scared of a hard day's work either. We all know this, but all I'm saying is that
we all know you're looking for an excuse to stop working.
No, fuck yeah, I am. Thank you. HGL gets me. That's all I'm going to say.
AJ says, I'm concerned with what could be swimming under me if I was. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's a frightening experience. For those of you who know the back rooms, I think it's level 7? That's just one endless ocean. That would be the scariest back rooms I could be in. I don't care.
Nah, man, give me the ocean. I'm good. I'm cool. I'm cool with it. I'll be like Galadriel, like, you know, swimming towards the swimming for days.
out swimming the Leviathan because she's so great.
Man, I would totally outswim. Yes. I think that I am as badass as Galadriel, and I would be fine.
And Shaolin says that thing from the first Cloverfield movie is a nightmare fuel for me. It's from the ocean. Yes, it is. Yes.
Fearing the ocean is a legit thing. Like, there's so many people here who are afraid of the ocean. I guess because I grew up in the ocean, it doesn't faze me. I'm not afraid of it. Never will be, never have been. No. Sorry.
I'd rather deal with space. I'm less scared of space than I am of the ocean.
But you don't even know what's up in space. So that's my thing, too, is at least you know a shark is in the water. At least you know a Leviathan is in the water. You don't know what's up there. You don't know what's up there that could get you at any point in time.
Theoretically, we could have this debate forever, but I'm just saying. Lainey is legit an island girl. There we go.
Island girl. You have your limbs now, Lainey, until you don't. That's right.
Boom.
But you know what? By the time I lose my arm to a shark, maybe they will have some bionics, and I'll be fine with that. I could be like, hell yeah.
Demon points out Cthulhu is also in the ocean, right?
Oh my goodness gracious me!
By the way, I love that Matt used the cybernetic arm.
Exactly. I want a cybernetic arm. Give it to me all day. Lainey is going to befriend. Probable.
Fuck that noise. Lainey's gonna befriend the Leviathan and become queen of the merfolk.
That's fine. Yeah, most likely. I'll be like, yo, make me a mermaid.
Maybe they will. Who knows? Hannah says space can kill you too. And yeah, it will. Lainey, you're not scared of like needles and stuff in the ocean?
Needles? Where do I? What?
You're in Jersey. There are needles in that water.
You
and
don't...
Band-Aids. I'm kidding. I've never swam in your area. I know you're you're southern Jersey, right?
We're a very clean part of New Jersey, thank you. Although,
okay, because
really, there's no clean part of New Jersey.
She said it, not me.
We have had to close our beaches down for not so great things, but you know.
AJ says I'd rather visit a 7-Eleven at midnight surrounded by crackheads than sweep in deep ocean. Swim in deep. Yeah, no, I agree. I would too. I'll fight all those crackheads. I can't fight a shark. You can't punch a shark. So
yes, you can. It has happened. It is absolutely. You punch it right on the snout. Dolphins are nasty creatures. Did you know that dolphins can actually kill a shark? I'd be more afraid of a dolphin, and I've swam with dolphins.
They're all wretched pieces of shit, underwater creatures. Pardon my French, guys, but I don't mess with the ocean.
Are we going to talk about the ocean and the animals, or are we going to talk about the apocalypse?
We're going to talk about the apocalypse, and it's coming from the ocean now.
Hey, it could be. It could be.
Well, they did prove that the Kraken is real. Yeah, there's all sorts of horrible things, but you know,
they also think that the megalodon is real too. That it's actually not dead, and that it was, you know, yeah. New Jersey is gross. Matt, I will come after. After you. I can say New Jersey sucks. You all cannot.
So Matt is getting us back on track, and he's asking, speaking of the apocalypse, what are your thoughts on doomsday preppers?
I think that they're smart.
Are you a doomsday prepper?
I am a mini doomsday prepper. Do I have a shelter and do I have food hoarded away? No. Have I talked about buying packs and things like that? And you know, where would be the first place I would go to collect food? And technically weapon. I'd probably get weapon first. Absolutely. I've had those conversations. Yeah.
So I am not a doomsday prepper, but only because I'm poor. If I had money, I would have assault weapons lining my floor, like underneath every floorboard. You could reach down and just pull out a weapon.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I don't. Think about how expensive it is. Basically, you're basically funding a second life. You have to pay your rent, you pay your things, but then you have to get weapons, food, actual property. You have to be a property, like a landowner, in order to be a true doomsday prepper, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Here's my doomsday prep. I know family who has shelter. I know what courses I would take to get off of the island that I'm on. Mm-hmm. I know, like I said, where I would go first to get weapons, and second where to get food. And
I feel like you're already dead.
What?
Like in your situation, you're like, I know where to drive. I'm like, you're not safe. No offense.
I mean, it depends on what kind of apocalypse we're going after
really
too. Just sitting here saying,
right.
How am I wishy-washy? I know, wait a minute. I'm so sorry. Are you prepared? Do you know? Okay, what is your doomsday prep, sir? Do you have roots on how you would get out of your living, out of where you are? Also, you are technically in the hot zone of a nuclear center.
Attack on the city, yeah.
Exactly. Me personally, get on a boat. I'm good. I'm on a boat. That's another reason.
Miss Hippie says, good evening. What up, Miss
Hippie?
Always a pleasure to have you. So yeah, I am in the hot zone. I would have, if in case of a nuclear strike, I'm screwed. I really shouldn't live so close to the city. AJ says, I have nothing prepared, unfortunately. I hoard the wrong things. Like AJ has a bunch of candy bars. But not canned food or something. My twin is a doomsday prepper, and he has so much stuff. He freeze dries stuff and everything, says Matt.
So this is why Matt doesn't believe, because his twin took all those genes. It makes so much sense.
My first plan is to drive to Matt's house.
Yeah. No, to his twin's house, not to Matt's house.
Well, you know, I'm saying I'm going to go with Matt, and then we're going to go to his twins, you know. I'm gonna be like, twin, what up? I'm literally canning what's left of my garden. Lainey, we got it all here. You're welcome to hunker down with us. So
Exactly.
Heather is saying that she is a doomsday prepper of sorts.
I think that most of my friends and family, I would consider, we're half-assed doomsday preppers, but yeah. We are.
And then it says she's on an island. Are you on an island?
No, not technically. I'm on a peninsula, technically.
Okay.
But I'm
Because
surrounded
islands
by
are
water.
like safe.
Well, I would go to the islands I would go to the island, and I would be the one who bombed the bridge. I'd bomb the bridge, but honestly,
Like you were the Ukraine.
Oh, hell to the yeah! But our in all honesty, our canal's really not that wide. You could swim across it. It's really not that.
I'm
safe.
sorry for that tasteless joke, by the way, but
Well, it made me laugh.
God bless them. What apocalypse are we facing? We're talking about all the different ways we can die as a species. There's many different ways. We actually started on nuclear war, and now we're talking about doomsday prepping. And like, who is a doomsday prepper? What is your plan? Who in the chat has a plan? Like, what would you do if there was a catastrophic emergency tomorrow? What would you do?
So in all honesty, I have actually really been thinking about this, especially with the the threat of nuclear war. I'm not kidding you when I say I'm buying a hazmat suit. Like it's already a thought process. Probably buying a gas mask, a meter for radiation.
Are you a Cloverfield fan?
Oh my God, yeah.
So you saw the second one, 10 Cloverfield Lane?
I did.
Where the girl is trapped in the bunker with the crazy man?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't like that one so much. That was so real to me. It was real.
I
it was, yeah. Well,
but I love that
she
made her own hazmat suit.
Yeah, man.
Out of shower curtains and stuff and duct tape and stuff. And so
yeah.
I don't have access to I don't have anything really.
Okay, but that's
I
okay.
do have
you
a
have
plan.
access to shower curtains, and shower curtains are cheap.
Yeah. I mean, I want to get like a good one. I want one that like she was desperate. I want to actually have a good one that'll last. I want to have like that Death Stranding's guy suit. With flippy floppies. When COVID hit, everyone came down to our area to escape the craziness.
It is true. It felt apocalyptic here for sure.
Hannah points out candy is fuel. You're right. Candy mostly doesn't have nutritional value unless it has like things like nuts in it, but it is cheap fuel and it's good to have as breakfast. Now, if you're out and about and you're going to be physical with your day, it's actually not bad to have a candy bar first thing in the morning because it's cheap energy. It's not going to sustain you, but if you need to go hunt for food, you might want to start with a candy bar and then eat like nutritious stuff later in your day.
It's actually really smart. I'll have to remember that in my doomsday prepping.
Yeah. AJ, you can use the candy to barter with, and same with alcohol. It's very true.
Very true. Oh, remember your bartering for sure.
Remember, liquid, however, is so hard to transport and heavy, ultimately.
It is, but that's why you buy the pellets. Like, you buy the pellets or you...
Pellets? What are you talking about?
Oh my God, you really are not... You are clueless when it comes to...
What pellets? What is this woman talking about?
There's literal pellets that you can put into any kind of water source, and it purifies it enough to where it's drinkable. It's potable water.
Oh, those... I thought you were talking about alcohol pellets. I was like...
I mean, hey, listen, I could create that. That's easy.
Because I'm trying to think of how to transport a lot of liquor is what I'm saying as a trading thing. You know,
you can make liquor, super easy.
It's easy to. That's what I'm saying. But like in terms of transporting it for barter in this new apocalypse world we're talking about.
Yeah, but I'm sure that you're gonna find yourself in like a situation where you're. Listen, we're moving constantly, absolutely, but like you'll still have your home base.
What you got to do is you get a fire truck and you fill it. Get one of those old school fire trucks, fill it with liquor.
That's actually hey, I happen to know where one of those is, and it's running.
Yo, Lainey.
My hometown isn't that crappy anymore, is it? I might survive this thing, just saying.
AJ says, I'll trade you 15 candy bars for a bicycle. Demon says the zombie apocalypse. We'll get to zombies in a second. I am liking this doomsday prepping, and what would you do in the case of the apocalypse? It's like question. Timmy says, I don't care to carry on if the doomsday event came up. Fuck it. Let it ride as long as I don't have to work. So do you guys remember Schnauders? Later on, referred to as Luca. So Luca, you used to always say when you were talking about the apocalypse that she's like, I would just end my life if the apocalypse was happening.
I don't understand that thought process, to be completely honest. I think that we sit here and maybe some of us say it now, but I think that if it came down to it, our response really would be to survive. I think that we are genetically programmed to survive.
Yeah.
So it would be like oh, shit, it's happening. Let's go.
Yes. And actually, you know what?
Yeah. Go ahead.
And so I'm gonna be a bit of a douche right now, but I think that's possible. That's what I think as a society we're missing. I think the dangers I think we're too safe, we're too comfortable, and that's where a lot of like depression and sorrow and like this like malaise of the day of being like, I hate working in the cubicle, because instinctually you're supposed to be struggling to survive. And I think that people might need this. This is almost like out of that movie Saw. Remember Saw? The first Saw.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
the whole point of Jigsaw's thing was that he was putting people who were wasting their lives in horrible situations, and then so when they survive it, or if they survive it, they value their life.
But in every situation he put them in, there was a survivable way.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, I'd have to agree with you. I do think that, I hate to say it, but guys, we have seen it in societies where war has brought us together as people. It's, it has I know we're kind of talking still about nuclear war, because I really do think that is super on everybody's mind. But like, war brings people together. It helps economies. It drives money into everybody's pockets. Do I think we're on the verge of war? A big war? Yeah, I really do. I hope to God it's not nuclear though. I don't think that.
I don't know how we're gonna stop this dude. And once again, we're back on politics. But I don't know. Like, basically, it's on him. If he's psycho enough to do this, what are we gonna do? But I'm telling you that, like, if he shoots out even one tactical nuke, like, every country is going to be nuking them, and there will no longer be a place called.
There won't be, right? But here's my thing too: is that like the science behind nuclear, like, it's not good for any of us on this planet. It doesn't matter if they were to shoot one nuclear weapon off. If we were to shoot multiples back at him, we're all in a doomsday situation.
No. I think. Here's what it is. I would like to point out that I think people have a lot of misconceptions about nuclear war, and I'd like to clear some of these up. Heather says,
please do, Mr. Scientist. I'm sorry.
Plenty of weapons, and we know how to grow food, and being surrounded by water, we should be good unless a tsunami, and then we're fucked. Oh, wow.
So, fun fact, time out real quick. I'm sorry. Fun fact, I actually, so I dove deep into that rabbit hole because I was super afraid of tsunamis, especially they've been hitting a lot of coasts recently. Supposedly, we're safe from a tsunami where we are. New York, not so much, but where I am, we're safe. There's something with the plates, the tectonic plates. We won't get tsunamis down here.
You know what's funny? My town is at the top of a mountain, and I don't even think about elevation levels until Hurricane Sandy came to New York.
Yeah.
And it flooded all of New York and the lower state, and where I was like fine. Like, we had trees come down or whatever from wind or whatever, but like we didn't get any flooding, and I realized we're on the top of a mountain, which gives us a benefit to a lot of things. Matt says I would take myself and my family out. We're over as a species. We had a good run. It's over. What's the point? It would be hard to. My kids are so cute. I just tell them to turn around and close their eyes. Matt, I will not. I will not let
Matt.
you do that.
Yeah, Matt, I'm
I'm
sorry. I won't. I'm with Mantis on that one. I think that at the end of the day, it. Okay, time out. I think that one, it does depend on the apocalypse. If I had a family with small children and it was a zombie apocalypse, I might, I might, I might sacrifice my children.
Wait,
Just for
what?
the I might. I might.
Define sacrifice your children.
Like I'd probably take them out and myself as well. Here's the thing is that kids, it depends on how old they are. It does depend on how old they are. But kids are restless. They don't understand. They don't understand the word no. They don't understand you have to be quiet.
Or they can't take things seriously sometimes.
They can't take things seriously. So maybe it is easier to just say, you know what? At least we're going as a family and I don't have to watch my child die a horrible, agonizing death. I can give them peace. It's horrible to think about, but in an apocalyptic world, yeah, I could potentially see. I can see why Matt is saying what he's saying, but I think it depends on the type of apocalypse we're going through.
I'm saying after seeing the movie The Mist, I will never have that as the option. You saw The Mist?
I feel like I've seen The Mist, but God, it's been a long time. Can you?
Okay, spoilers for the movie The Mist, guys, which has been out for like ever. Okay?
No, I've seen The Mist. I just
so it's the dude and his son, him and his wife, and there's been a hurricane, not a hurricane, but a bad storm, and they have to go get some supplies in town. And as they come into town, this weird mist is rolling in, and they get to a supermarket. And while they're in there, the mist rolls over, and it's unnaturally thick amount of mist has taken over their entire town. And they're like, this is really weird. And they're in the supermarket, and someone comes running in, and they're like, don't go out there. You won't believe what's in the mist. Oh, God. They're freaking out. And they're like, this is silly. This is ridiculous. People give in to the fears, and they lock themselves into the supermarket.
Right. I remember that.
And eventually it's proven, I'll go by this real quick, that there are monsters in the mist, and they're eating people.
Yeah.
And there's times where people, like tentacles, will come and grab people and pull them out.
Yeah,
so what happens?
They're water creatures, of course.
Yeah, and so while he's while him and his son are in there, the people increasingly get crazier and crazier and crazier, and they become religious fanatics over a few days of living in the supermarket, and they want to start sacrificing people to God in order to take the monsters away. And this guy's like, these people are nuts. I'm out of here. And so it's him and his son and an elderly couple, and they get in their car, and they run out, get in a car, and they're driving around, and they're trying to avoid monsters. And he has a gun, and he just has a few bullets in it.
Yeah.
They're looking and looking and looking for a place to go, and no place is safe. And so finally, they all discuss it. Like, the kid doesn't know what they're talking about, but they're like, it has to happen. And he's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. And he kills the old folks, and he kills his own son, and he puts the gun to his head, and he's out of bullets.
I remember that scene now.
And he's just crying, he's all messed up. And what happens at the end? The U.S. Army, God bless them, comes through and starts killing the monsters. And there's all these people. And he realizes he killed his son for no reason. If he had just hung in there. I'm upset just talking about it.
I mean... not that one woman. She was pissed as... Wait.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, did you already read that one?
No, I'm sorry.
She had to cut off her own arm and held... I mean, yeah. of course I'd be pissed off that I had to cut my own arm off, but, like, I survived. Here's my thing. We're going to have... Good night, Timmy. We're going to bionic arms soon anyway. It's fine. That's just another weapon to have during the apocalypse.
Yeah. So the apocalypse is coming, and there's all these crazy ways, and I want to talk about ways that we don't realize we can kill ourselves.
Okay. Yeah, I have to. Okay.
This is the most far out one, but it's actually real, and you should be very concerned. So other than trying to get into a nuclear skirmish with Putin to try to lower the Earth's temperature, scientists are currently working on something called solar geoengineering. Do you know what this is?
Yes.
Oh, and by the way, real quick, Shaolin Iceboxer points out tactical nukes are less destructive and more precise for less collateral damage. Yes. Now, honestly, nukes are terrible. They are absolutely terrible. But you could nuke cities overseas and see no environmental impact here in America.
No, and I understand that. I mean, no, I get it. But also, what about that red button? Doesn't he have a button that basically, like, if we were to shoot back, like, all of their nukes just go off?
Well, I think I don't know if it's necessary. I don't know if it's really a button, but yes, there is a system where we'll be like full out annihilation. They probably have a system similar, right? The president has to use his codes or whatever. I'm not going to pretend I'm an expert on how America fires its nuclear weapons. I'm just saying that. Remember, so we have a Patriot defense system.
Mm-hmm.
And so those are satellites in orbit that are supposed to shoot down the nukes before they get to us.
I did know
Can they
that,
shoot down every nuke? We've never tested this thing, so who knows?
Who
For all we
knows?
know, the thing doesn't even work, and like they all will get through. Yes,
Right.
it would be tragic if even one got through, right?
It would be. It really would be.
But getting back to the solar geoengineering, so we're finding different ways to fight climate change, and one of the things we're doing is we create these particles that reflect radiation, right? And they're so small, they don't affect anything. And what the idea is, scientists want to put these around Earth, shoot them into space, dust clouds. And so when the sunbeams comes, they reflect a certain percentage of the solar radiation, back into space. And it would lower the temperature of Earth. Right?
Okay.
But the thing is this concept only works if we're super precise about it. If we're off by the slightest calculation, we could make the Earth be frozen again. We could have another ice age. But this is what people don't ever talk about this. This is what scientists are planning on doing.
So it's already planned in the works. Like, this is going to happen.
Yeah, that is what they're going to do. They're going to try to kind of reflect the suns. These particles are going to bounce the radiation back into space.
Can I go to Mars?
Yo, come with me. Me and Musk are leaving in a couple weeks.
Let's go to Mars. Let's go to Mars.
You have to be the bartender, and I'm his chimney sweep, but still.
I'd be okay with that. That's fine. I'll be the bartender. No problem.
Matt says, yeah, the mist was trash.
I don't know. It was.
I liked it. It was upsetting ending though.
It was, yeah. The movie The Road was really good scenario of what life would be like.
Oh, did you see The Road or
I don't think I've seen it. No, that's on the list of things I have to watch, I guess.
No, wait, hold on. If you're prone to depression or sadness, you do not want to see this movie.
Oh.
It's endlessly dark.
Oh.
So basically they're in the apocalypse and they have no food. And so the story starts out where the wife commits suicide.
Oh.
And then it's just a man and his son, and they're trying to like survive. They don't say what the apocalypse is, but there's no food. And so there's roaming gangs of people who are cannibals. And the entire movie is him trying to protect exactly what you're talking about. The difficulties of protecting a young child in a crazy world.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I'm thanking listen, I thank God that I don't have kids at this point right now with the with the apocalypse.
Really, I feel cursed that I'm tired of this, actually. So
I mean, listen, kids are beautiful, kids are great, but when we're on the verge of nuclear war and I don't have them, I'm okay with it.
I feel like I'm an old man and it's too late for me to have kids. So I've missed something that I really wanted to do with my life.
I don't think you're old, and I don't think you're too old to have kids.
You don't think 29 is too old?
No, I don't think 29 is too old to have children.
By the way, I am not 29, guys. I'm joking, of course. Yeah, The Road was pretty good. The book, the book was amazing. The book is amazing. The movie is good, but I feel like the movie just depresses me so much.
So should I read the book and not watch the movie? Is that what you, okay, cool. I'll read the book.
Sounds like a family-friendly movie.
Yeah, right? Not so much.
So what are your thoughts on this whole solar geoengineering move?
I think it's stupid. listen, here's my thing: is that we are human. We are prone to mistakes. Actually, we make mistakes probably more so than we don't make mistakes. Um, to not test, and how do you test this on a large scale? You don't. So it's like, well, we're doing it or we're not. No, I don't like the idea.
Humans love, I don't know why, but human scientists love to create these concepts that are like things if one thing is off, it's catastrophe. You
Right.
feel comfortable. It's like a nuclear a nuclear power plant.
Right.
If one thing is off on a nuclear power plant, you've destroyed the environment, you destroyed the land, you endangered the local people. Like, what the hell, man? Why would you do that? Why is it really worth the risk?
No, and I think that that's what the problem is too. Is that like we think that we're smarter than we are, and we're not. We're a baby
Ego.
species who super ego. Yeah, we're absolutely egotistical. I think it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life, and I want to go to Mars.
It's lovely on Mars, I promise you. Matt says you're never too old to have children as a man. As a woman, on the other hand.
Thanks, Matt. F you too.
Yeah. Lainey, that is the truest thing I have ever heard you say.
I don't remember what I said.
I don't remember what you ever said. If solar geoengineering doesn't scare you, another thing we need to think about, and I know a lot of people are going to give me pushback on this, artificial intelligence. And so basically, here's the problem with AIs, right? A lot of people love the ideas of AIs. They can't wait till AIs do everything for us. Everyone wants to have a sex robot, and everyone wants to have Rosie the robot maid, and everyone wants all sorts of crazy stuff going on. They want a self-driving car and all this stuff. Here are the problems with the AI. If it's true AI, it can make decisions on its own.
Correct.
What happens if it makes irresponsible decisions?
No, and that's the thing too, is that again, us being human, we're stupid and we think, oh, well, we're going to place fail safes and they're not going to be able to think completely on their own and yada yada. That is literally every science fiction movie of AI that we have ever seen. I am a lover of AI. I don't think that we should have movable AI. I do like the idea of having artificial intelligence, just not necessarily artificial intelligence where they are in a humanoid body.
Well, not just that. This is what you need to worry about. They want the reason why they're making such sophisticated AI is they're going to have them running society. They're going to be running construction vehicles. They're going to be controlling trains, traffic reports, things like this are all. And you know how much devastation they can do?
Yeah, again, and that's all science fiction movies that we've seen, including AI. With AI, yeah, I'm not. Listen, I am not a fan of humanoid AI. I don't think it's smart. I do think that it is going to lead us into an apocalypse. They are going to become smarter than us, more powerful than us, and it's just dumb. But here's the issue too: is that when I sit here and I say, well, it's not movable AI. Yeah, but come on. You don't think that AI could figure out how to make its own AI and then all of a sudden now it's
I mean, we are
humanoid
already
AI
making self-replicating AI.
we are,
Absolutely.
and it's so dumb. It really is. In all honesty, I think that is the dumbest. We're dumb humans. Humans are just dumb.
Even Hannah Banana was saying that the thing that she was applauding you on was when you said the thing about people messing up more than getting things right. Absolutely. And you know what? You know where you'll find that truth? In the Bible. Oh yeah, booyaka.
You always got to bring in the religion here, don't you?
Pastor Lainey, bringing it up.
Pastor Lainey, don't even go there, sir.
But so check it out. What happens when an AI doesn't want to be shut off? What if an AI finds a human to be the problem, and it's like, I solved it by getting rid of that person? What if it makes horrible calculations where the robot allows 3,000 people to starve instead of 30,000, when someone who actually has a soul would try harder to find a solution that fits everything?
Well, absolutely, and then there's the issue of, they're starting to put AI into humans. Whether it be let's a contact lens, or I'm sure that they're going to start fixing the brain somehow with nanobots and AI there too. And then
Oh,
that all exactly. So that's just another reason for them to be able to take us over that much quicker. Now we're,
that's fun. Nanotechnology is also on my list of ways that we could end the world, because more and more we're in the medical field is using nanobots to put into
Oh,
humans to fix us, and they're going to
100%.
fix everything about us. Like
Hmm.
the ideas, they're like, for instance, if you have astigmatism, they want to insert nanobots to fix your vision.
I'll take those nanobots.
But I'm saying, here's what I'm saying: what happens if we met? What if our programming is off with the nanobots? What if the nanobots do the wrong thing in our body? We can't stop it, basically.
No, you can't stop nanobots. But here's my thing too: is that I actually love the science of nanobots, because I do think that it can cure a lot of our diseases. There's no more cancer. There's no more stigmatisms, like you're saying. I do think that nanos could do a lot of good until it does bad. And
Of course, I think AI will do a lot of good before it does bad.
and it will. I mean, we're kind of at the point of, if we do not implement AI into a lot of our electronics, especially when it comes to space travel, we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna succeed.
Oh, yo, have you heard? Did you see that whole story about the robot dog in New York?
No.
Police are testing a police dog
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's a robot
yeah.
that searches for it can sniff out drugs or bomb
Hmm.
making materials, and they have a robot dog. It has no head, and it's walking through apartments like they're in the hood, going through like projects and stuff. And I'm like, I don't like this.
I do and I don't. See, that's I understand where all of these scientists are coming, and they're saying, listen, we're saving lives with these dogs that are going out and sniffing around in the ghetto and the hood, and like, this is a good thing until the AI becomes too smart for us to control it. And I do see that happening. Yeah, it's going to
Yo,
happen.
Matt says you won't get pushback from me. AI is real, and I do not like it. Hannah says, Matt, that is the first time I have ever heard you agree with them.
Facts, yo, facts.
H Gal 77 says, hello, haven't these people seen Maximum Overdrive? Yeah, right. Mantis threw the Bible in there. I always throw
He
the Bible.
always does.
I bet you guys thought when we were talking about the apocalypse that I was going to start reading from Revelations.
I honestly thought that you might. I was a little nervous, but no, I'm just kidding.
No, you know what it is? I didn't want to do a completely cliche stream. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate.
Everybody's reading from Revelations these days, man.
I appreciate that very much.
Matt says AI is scary as
AI
shit.
is scary as shit. I have to run for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay, sure. And so Matt says, yeah, I know you guys saw Love, Death, and Robots. I love I love that episode. Who in the chat has actually seen this show that Matt is talking about? I love Death, and Robots. It is so amazing. Basically it's an animated anthology series on Netflix, which is just so good. It's different animation studios do each one. And what's interesting is the only rules are that every episode has to do with at least one of the three topics, sometimes all three. So it's either about love, it's about death, or it's about robots. And I think it is just utterly brilliant. But yeah, there's an interesting episode that Matt's saying called Three Robots, where there were three robots walking around the Earth where humans are extinct, and they're touring the Earth and trying to figure out why humanity died. And they keep coming up with interesting answers as to, and it's interesting that it's like a third party or another party is removed from they have no humanity, and they're judging the humans as to the flaws they've done. And it says, are the doctors going to program them to kill us? Well, I've got to say, let's look at technology in general right now. How often do you guys have a video game or a game console or a cell phone or an app that doesn't work? How often do you download an app and you're using your app and you go, wait a minute, what's with this glitch? Or this is not working as advertised. The point is that these things are programmed by humans and they're bound to make a mistake. So what happens if you download an app, aka nanotech, that does the wrong thing to your body? You know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
So what? Yeah, no, it's fine. What happens if the nanobots do the wrong thing to your body? It's almost like the equivalent of a doctor giving you the wrong medicine. Like they're giving you something like, oh, I didn't know you were allergic to
Which
this.
they've also done.
Which they do, and that can definitely has killed people before. Absolutely. But what I'm saying is nanobots have the potential to do great damage. And so what if they do it on a full scale? What if their latest nanobot injection is something that's supposed to like help your kidneys and accidentally ruins them? There's really nothing we can do if big pharma's like pumping these things into us.
Well, no, and I think that that's also a scary thing too. Like, here's my thing as well. So we sit here and we're talking about nanobots just on their own, and the doctors.
Wait, AJ says if that dog goes alone in the projects, it ain't never coming back.
No, these dogs are like a ton in weight. They have, I'm pretty sure they're weaponized, correct?
I think so.
Yeah.
I know they're almost impossible to break.
Yeah, they're like impossible to break. They're huge. Like you can't even lift the gosh darn thing. Like this thing, if it's going in, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to be like Are you a RoboCop fan?
Of course.
Yo, I'm saying what robot policing is like.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Because everything's black and white to a robot, not gray.
Not at all.
And so,
you do one little thing wrong, and that robot could kill you. Just saying.
F that noise. Another technological way we can all die, and this has to do with nuclear weapons as well, but smart weapons. We could have death by hackers. So here's the thing. More and more of our computers, weapons, our systems are being controlled by either AIs or just computers in general.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if a malicious hacker decides to take control of our nuclear arsenal or any other weapon system that we have? We're creating these kind of crazy weapon systems. What happens if a hacker wants to use them for the wrong purposes? You know?
I mean, I think that that's always been a fear, though. But isn't that why they have all of these fail-safes behind our weaponry?
I'm saying they can't hack my 9mm. Right? You see what I'm saying?
So are you saying that all of our weapons are going to be hackable?
The future of weapons are, yeah.
You think so?
They're all everything's being computerized. Absolutely everything is being computerized, including firearms.
That's so dumb.
It's totally insane. It's dark times ahead of us.
See, this is like I don't like weapons. I don't condone weapons. Do I know how to shoot a gun? Absolutely. I think everybody should know how to shoot a gun. Doesn't mean I own a gun, but to make them smart just isn't smart.
Yeah, they're really dumb weapons, right?
That's a really dumb idea. But yeah, I mean, and hackers have always been an issue in our modern day world. I don't think that the human species really thinks when they do things. They just do it. Again, right. Ego. It's ego.
And it says technology is made by imperfect people, so of course it's fallible.
Exactly.
Russia out here messing with our Wi-Fi. I absolutely believe that.
I believe that too.
And another plus to getting rid of Russia, all the damn hackers.
So
if you've had
social
media hacked recently, or if someone did a scam from you, it's either coming from Russia or Nigeria. I mean,
oh, like my Instagram.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. Sheldon says, luckily the nuke tech is supposedly not connected to any network. It's all local, thank God. I hope it stays that way. I'm worried that they're going to put an AI in charge of it.
You want them to put an AI in charge? Wait, did you just say you don't want them to put an AI in charge of it? I don't think we're that dumb.
I don't want to put an AI in charge of, anything that is.
No, but I don't think that we're dumb enough to put AI in charge of our nuclear weapons. I would hope not anyway. but I don't know. Because
they are all,
you know
what I'm saying, the powers that be, this is why people call them the technocracy.
okay.
I think the other week we were talking about the Illuminati. Some
Right.
people just call them the technocracy. These guys are obsessed with technology. They love it and they want to use it to control us. And they want every innovation. They want us
Have
to
they
be
never
cyborgs.
seen the movies? Have they never seen the movies?
I don't know. I don't know why they would want this. You're right.
So are we really that egotistical as a species to sit there and say we're not gonna have anything happen like the movies did? Like, the movies are there. Here's my thing. I've always said this. Science fiction is basically our future. We all know that science fiction is going to happen somewhere down the line. These ideas didn't just pop in. These are like prophecies of things to happen.
Right.
It's like, use them as a Bible, for Christ's sakes. Don't go out there and make this AI so it can take us over.
I love AJ. AJ says, I can't wait to get my hands on an Apple branded 9mm.
Oh my God. He's not wrong. They're not wrong.
The eye Glock. I'm agreeing with Lainey a lot tonight. What is happening? I don't know. Maybe you're drunk, Hannah. Lainey, that's hilarious. I tried buying those photos and got fruit pics. Are you serious? Hannah's joking.
I don't think she is. So Hannah did tell me that they were messing around with the second. I don't know if all of you guys know this, but my Instagram recently had a what do we call them?
Well, you had a fake Lainey.
Right. So
duplicate Lainey.
A duplicate. So somebody duped my Instagram, basically took some of my pictures and said that I had a spicy page. And I'm sitting here like, first of all, y'all would be the first to know if I had a spicy page. And second of all, no, it's not real. I would never, ever have a spicy page, even though I joke about it. But Hannah supposedly did mess with them, and so I do believe them. I do believe it.
They're like, you pay money, and they're just pictures of grapefruit and shit.
That's hilarious, to be completely honest. That's how the people scam you. But yeah, if anybody can, please report that. That would be fantastic. It is not me. I don't have a spicy page, and I'd like that page taken down. They're also smart enough to block me.
Yeah,
sorry.
No, so you can't complain about them.
No.
So other ways we could die. And so far we're talking about our own technology. Let's talk about space for a second. Another way the apocalypse could have is, the first one I'm going to bring up is the gamma ray burst. So a gamma ray burst is when a sun is dying and it collapses into a black hole. The process creates a gamma ray burst that shoots gamma rays out. They move at the speed of light, and it just destroys other systems and other planets around it. It cooks everything around it. This could happen instantaneously, and there's nothing we have literally no defense, no warning. And if it was really that far off, we would have noticed the effects from a distance, but there's nothing we could do. There's even going underground will not help you. You are done.
You're done. Yeah. So in all honesty, I hope that is how the apocalypse happens. I'm actually being serious on this one, because you know what? Then I've got nothing to worry about. I didn't know it was happening. It was super peaceful. It was super quick. I'm out. And now we're back in the cosmos.
No, fuck that.
No, why? Here we are. Like, we're back in the cosmos as the collective. I'm good with it. It's not like our spirits die. Our bodies die. That's cool. Cool.
Okay. So
we start over again. No problem.
I believe that when the end times comes, because I am a Christian and I believe in the Bible. And so, do you know what the word Armageddon means? What it really comes from?
Go ahead, tell us. I know
it means the road to Megiddo, which is a city in Israel. And so what it is in the Revelations, the greatest epic final battle between man is going to happen on the intersecting road leading to Megiddo. In Hebrew, it's Har. Har Megiddo means road to Megiddo.
Okay.
But they're referring to the epic final battle.
So you don't think that the Armageddon means anything like...
That's literally where the word comes from. People misuse the word all the time. Like, an asteroid, people are like, an asteroid Armageddon. they're misusing the word Armageddon.
Okay,
It refers to a battle.
So what do you think our last battle is going to be? A lot of people think that
Well,
this is going to be the last battle, the World War III, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, World War III, and I think the actual final battle of World War III will be at Megiddo. But like, what I'm saying is, they say that like basically the people stuck in this period will be caught between like people who are foolishly trying to kill each other, even though they've destroyed the world. I have a horrible feeling that I'm going to be one of those assholes.
Who's just trying to just
like you're going to be smart and you're going to run and go hide in a bunker. But I'm going to be one of those assholes who's like in the city being like, I need to kill the other faction. And I'm going to be riding a tank with my body armor, reading the Bible, and blasting motherfuckers. And I think that's how I'm going to go out.
That's sad.
Is that not the best way to go out? I don't get it.
No, that's not the best way to go out. So here, like, listen, I feel that, and I guess I'm going to get a little religious here too, is that like Armageddon to me means it's a new start. So yes, okay, it's on the road to wherever. Mm-hmm. But like when we have these apocalyptic moments and we have these Armageddon moments, it's supposed to be rebirth of our population, rebirth of our species. So why the hell would you want to go out there and kill your mankind when it's literally like we just had the epic battle? Like, let's get together now and
here's what I'm saying.
Kumbaya, bitches.
I believe that what you were saying, and no offense, I'm not trying to insult you or your intelligence or
That's
your
fine.
or whatever.
That's fine.
I believe that what you're saying is a very common social construction. That everyone says, why don't we have kumbaya? Why don't we love each other? Why don't we love our brothers? Why don't we just get along? But that is easier said than done when getting along is a faceless image of a person who doesn't have political or religious or whatever beliefs. Right? It would be harder to say if the person I'm telling you to get along with is, let's say, a jihadi who wants to kill you and your country because you're unholy.
No, I get that.
You want to be friends with ISIS? That's my question.
No, I don't want to be friends with ISIS. Absolutely
not. Because that's what the conflict is going to be about. People make it so simple. They're like, why would you want to kill your fellow man? They're just like, you're just your neighbor. The people in this example, and probably realistically, are not going to be your neighbor. They're going to be
so you go out there and you go on your tank and you enjoy murdering.
You said yourself you're going to purge, right? You said you want to purge, right?
There's a few people I'd like to purge.
And the truth is, and I'm not trying to be a devil's advocate or the devil on your shoulder or whatever, but I got to say, there is always some group, and I don't mean an innocent group of children or whatever, innocent like ethnic group or something, but there's always some group that in everyone's heart of hearts wants dead. Oftentimes it's because those people are hostile to you. A perfect example is ISIS. ISIS goes around beheading women who are free. You're a free woman. You don't tell me that you're going to make peace with ISIS tomorrow.
No,
right?
I'm not sitting here and saying that. What I am sitting here and saying, though, is that during an Armageddon, or whatever your last battle is going to be, listen, you do you, baby Bill. You're right. I'm going to be smart. I'm going to go to a bunker, and I'm going to hunt
an ISIS bunker.
Maybe, maybe, and you know what? Then I'll kill some. Then I'll kill some. ISIS.
See what I'm saying? It's not that easy to be as peaceful, because when you finally get challenged to that, it's not going to be someone who just has. It's not going to be like
sitting here and saying that I'm some innocent angel who's not going to fight to survive. Absolutely. If I ended up in a bunker where I was like, oh shit, you're the enemy and you want to kill me, come at me, motherfucker. I'll get you first.
There we go. That's how it ends. That's the problem. Because we're and so my take on it is it's because we're not listening to Jesus. Jesus tells me to make friends with ISIS. I just have a hard time doing that.
How does Jesus tell you to make friends with ISIS? Please tell me that.
Jesus instructs me to be friends with everyone.
Did you not tell me the other day that you believe in a vengeful God?
I believe sometimes God is vengeful and sometimes God is loving. But Jesus has told me to get along with my fellow man, and I find that very hard. And I think people who claim that it's easy are lying or putting up a front or something.
Okay.
Oh, why? You find it easy?
To get along with my fellow man?
I am gonna send people your way that you're not gonna get along with.
Send them my way.
They're gonna be obnoxious.
Send them my way.
Taylor Swift all day long.
I deal with obnoxious people every day of my life. Every day of my life. And you know what? People like me. I don't know why. But yeah, I get along with people who you probably wouldn't get along with.
I get along with everybody. Except for Ice.
All I'm saying is that I think we still have a shot. Even if Armageddon were to happen, we still would have a shot.
No, I do. I actually do believe with you. And so this is on my list of ways to die for the end of the world. And so a super volcano. You know about
And
super
that?
volcanoes?
Hell yeah, we have one. Yes.
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
So basically, we're supposed to get one. There's a few in the world, but they're big enough to destroy everybody. And they say mostly not just because of the lava coming out, but the volcanic ash in the sky.
Correct.
Can
Would blot
out the sun. And so supposedly every 17,000 years there's supposed to be an eruption. We haven't had one in 26,000 years. So they say we're overdue.
Correct.
Right? But this should make you feel hopeful and great about apocalypse. And I think it has to do with what you're talking about, rebirth. So 40,000 years ago, a super volcano went off. And it took the Earth's population of humans, and we became less than 10,000 humans scattered across the surface of the Earth. If you are alive today, you have an ancestor who survived that apocalypse. They were they were like a villager, a cave person. They had farms, and the sun was blotted out. The plants died. They're cannibalizing. They're doing all this crazy shit, and they survived it. It's crazy, right?
That's pretty badass. That's probably the most badass thing I've heard about myself today. Thank you.
Right? You have those genes in you, Lainey.
Yeah.
Matt or anyone else who's thinking of ending it if the apocalypse comes, you have what it takes to survive. Just believe in yourself.
We do indeed. And I think that honestly I know for a fact that everyone in this room with us, they would fight. Lainey wants to purge me. No, Hannah. No, you're not on that list.
Yeah. What other ways do you have any interesting takes on how we're gonna die? Apocalypse.
I mean, no, you're talking about all my favorite ones, so I'm good with this.
Well, obviously there's alien invasion.
I hope that we're already invaded and that they're friendlies and that we're just gonna, maybe they'll help us through our apocalypse. But yeah, I mean, there is always alien invasion. I just don't know. I feel like if aliens were gonna come and invade us, like it already would have happened. We already would have been taken over by the aliens. But we already know
like you said, it could have already happened, and our governments are in league with them. And
exactly, like I feel like that's shipped. Like it's already happened. That's something that's we're already controlled by the aliens, guys. That's how I feel.
So, but what if they've had enough of us?
I mean, they haven't yet. I think that Elon Musk is an alien, and that's why he wants to take us to Mars.
I could see that. I think that maybe he's propelling us forward.
He's totally propelling us
take
forward.
Another technological leap.
He also thinks that we don't have much longer on this planet.
So, are you familiar with the Twilight Zone? I love all Twilights. Twilight Zone's one of my favorite shows of all time. I like all forms of the Twilight Zone, including even the one in the 80s. A lot of people diss it because it's very 80s.
I loved the one in the 80s. Anyhow.
So,
go ahead.
There's an episode called A Small Talent for War. And so it's the United Nations are there and aliens come down. And the aliens come down and they're like, we lead a great empire. And we are the ones who seeded your planet with genetics so that you could grow and be a mighty people. And we were supposed to come here to bring you back into our empire. But unfortunately, we cannot do this. And they said, why? And they're like, because you have a small talent for war. They go, your nations are broken up. You have nuclear weapons. You have all, and they're complaining about all the things that we do. And they're like, we will fix this. Please fix this. And then they're like, okay, we will accept you into our empire. If you fix this, you have 48 hours. People are scrambling, and everyone's people are doing signing peace treaties. We're breaking down borders. There's no more borders. We're taking down all our nuclear weapons, and we've done it, and we've created world peace. And finally, 2 days later, 48 hours goes by, the alien comes back, and he says, show me how you have changed. And they go, we have broken down our borders. We all live in peace. We are taking down our things. We have peace treaties. Look at all these peace treaties we signed. And then the guy starts to laugh, and he says, no, you were created to be warriors. He says, you should be one nation ruled by one dictator. You shouldn't have fights amongst yourselves. You're supposed to be great conquerors. You are pathetic. And then the aliens leave. Is it possible that we were actually created to be warriors or monsters, and that's why we have this, what you call like a bad seed in us?
Yes, absolutely.
But that's our nature.
Our nature is chaos. I 100% believe that as humans we are programmed to have chaos. Yes, 100%. Warriors.
Well, you're programmed for chaos. Maybe not all of us. Uh-oh.
That's all she wrote, guys. I'm out. Bye.
Yeah, Matt, you got here just in time for talking about the aliens. Okay.
Alien apocalypse isn't going to happen because you don't believe in aliens. I do believe in aliens. I do think that, honestly, this is probably my most believable apocalypse, is to have aliens come back and say, all right, we've watched you enough. Our little ants, you sucked at what we wanted you to do. We're going to start over, and they're going to wipe us from this planet. I think that we are in a petri dish. I've mentioned this before. I think that the Earth we are just a petri dish, and we are being watched daily by our creators, and they're just waiting for us to make that last mistake, or they're waiting for us to make that beautiful blossoming whatever they want us to do.
So you're saying something is observing us?
Yeah, absolutely. Not God.
Where are they observing us?
Sorry. What? Your belief is that God is observing us every day, no?
Yes.
So I can't believe that there's an alien species up there observing us every day?
Wait, hold on. I'm asking questions. I'm not saying
sorry.
you can't do anything.
Sorry, am I getting defensive today?
It's
because you said that I made for chaos.
This is a podcast. The point is to give pushback to each other so that we explain our points. All right.
It was a joke. I understand.
No, I'm saying, where are the aliens observing us from is my question.
The moon. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not on that theory. I don't believe that's
possible. No,
I don't know if I believe that that's the case.
Why?
I think that Mars was probably one of the bases. I do, like I've said, I believe that we have been there before. I do believe that aliens have been there. I do think that there are structures there that we are going to find when we colonize it, and we're not going to have the answers. And I think that this is also another reason that the government is coming out and saying that there are aliens, because they know that we need to go to Mars. I think that Mars definitely was a base. I don't know if the moon. Although, yeah, the moon could definitely. Yeah, it could be a base. I don't think it's like fake. I don't think that the moon is fake. I think that the moon is actually a satellite from our world that is not man-made.
Do you believe that the aliens are good or bad?
I don't think they're either. I think that they're neutral. I don't think that if they were bad, they would have tried to already come down and kill us all. If they were good, they'd be amongst us openly, I think. I think that they're neither. I think that they're spectators. They're our creators. They're looking on us, watching us, hurting us, growing us.
Oh, look. Heather says yes to the Soylent Green.
Oh
I totally
yeah,
believe
we
in,
definitely believe. Yeah, 100%.
it'll be like a show Fringe. You like Fringe?
I've never watched Fringe.
Amazing.
Listen, I've got way too much on my plate right now. To even, yeah, I also told you make a list, write out a list for me, and I will get on it. I need to just start.
It basically Fringe is like X Files but with balls.
Oh, oh, I like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's it's a group of government agents who are exploring like the unknown, paranormal stuff.
Hmm.
But they have on their side Dr. Walter Bishop, who is a mad scientist.
Okay.
He's totally insane, but he can do all these. So he creates all these gadgets that do crazy things, like he can see into other dimensions, like a window that can look in other dimensions and like other stuff. Anyway, it's a great time.
So watch Fringe. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, when you get a chance. But I'm saying in it involved a plot line with interdimensional wars.
Ooh.
Turned out that our government was having a secret war with another dimension, and they were sending agents to each other's dimensions to screw each other over.
Which could totally potentially be a thing, but my question is why? What would be the tactic of interdimensions having wars with each other? Where's the tactic there? What's the end game? Who do any of us really win? Because we're in different dimensions. It's not like we're trying. I don't know. Are we trying to go to their dimension, or are they trying to come to our dimension?
I don't know what we would have for another dimension because like we've got nothing, or maybe they have less than us. I don't know. But all wars come down to resources, right?
I guess.
I'll give you an example.
Uh.
If you were to discover another dimension, and in this other dimension they had a flow of a liquid on their planet, if you drank from it, it made you young. And then you were like, "Oh, can I have some of that?" And they were like, "No."
Number one, I am young. Number two, I look young. Give me the elixir.
I'm sorry, but no matter what people say, I honestly believe this is one of the greatest lies in the world. No matter what people say, they want to look like they're 19 again. I swear to you. I think every human does. Sometimes I look at older, like young pictures of myself, and I was like, I had no idea how handsome I was. I should have really misused that.
See, now isn't the fun? In all honesty, I actually am the opposite. I think I aged like fine wine. I was an ugly child.
You did age like fine wine, but I'm saying
Thank
like
you.
there's a different type of hotness between like
19 and 30 some year old. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they're different types of booty.
I still am 19. Thank you.
Okay.
No, I honestly would want that elixir. Absolutely, I would.
So if you didn't get it, you don't think there are going to be people who are aggressive enough to get it, right?
Yeah, I think people would totally be aggressive enough to get something like that.
Yeah, if you accidentally told people, you're like, yeah, they have the Fountain of Youth over there. There are some people would be like, let's arm up and go steal.
But everybody's been looking for the Fountain of Youth for millennia.
The point is, I don't know why another dimension would want to fight a war with us, but I just think it's like you have something. It's usually about they have something you want, right?
So do you think
it's usually land or resources, right?
Sure. Maybe their dimension is dying.
Yeah, maybe they want to move in. Maybe they want our turf.
Right.
Maybe they're the colonists, which is perfect. Because have I wished you a happy Columbus Day yet?
I don't celebrate Columbus Day, but thank you. Happy Columbus Day.
I think unless you're Italian, unless you're Italian in New York, you don't, because like it's Italians who go to the parade, whatever.
I feel like Columbus Day honestly is one of those holidays that just needs to be abolished and taken away.
Why?
Because first of all, Columbus didn't find us first. No, I don't even want to get into this now.
We should have an episode on Columbus Day, so I can point out all the lies.
He basically just like he's like you realize that his voyage was to India, and that's why he called it, like, that's why we're like our indigenous people turned into Indians, correct? Like he thought he was in
Yeah.
India. Second of
Yeah.
all, he's not the first person who ever touched land on the Americas. He did not find America. He colonized. He started that awful genocide right there of my people, and many other people. No, I don't celebrate Columbus Day.
Okay. You live in a house, right? I mean, maybe you'd feel better if you gave your house to a Native American family.
I already listen. I have been very open and honest about going off grid, like quitting my job, getting on a bus, and going off grid. That sounds amazing.
It's the dream. It really is the dream, man. I feel you on that one.
So why do I need to have a house? I don't need it.
Which goes to my next thing on my list: apocalypse by going off the grid.
Wait a minute, what?
I kid. Next one on my one is one that we obviously all know, which could totally take us out, which is death by pandemic.
Which is another really scary situation that we are in. We all know that I am a slight conspiracy theorist.
Matt says, I celebrated Columbus Day. The man was awesome, Holler. I'm saying I couldn't sail across the ocean blue in a modern ship, let alone one from the 1400s. Okay, so that
those ships were
is
pretty
worthy
badass.
of a high five.
Nah, those ships were pretty durable. They were badass. I'm just, it's fine. Listen, y'all want to celebrate a mass? It's fine.
We should not turn this into a debate about this.
We should not turn this into a debate
So
about
you know what?
I'm
I'll
trying
say this.
really hard.
I will say this out of respect for you.
Hmm.
Happy Indigenous Peoples Day. I don't celebrate that, but I hope you are enjoying.
Thank you. And I hope that you are enjoying your holiday as well. Look at us. The pandemic. Look at us being adults. The pandemic. This is a scary one too. We know that, again, I am a conspiracy theorist. I jumped on that bandwagon straight away as soon as the pandemic came out, and I said, this is man-made. It's part of Agenda 23. Y'all are sheeple. I was right. And I think that this is not going to be the only pandemic that is released. And I think that, again,
the news is
our
trying
governments. There's already more leaking. Look at monkeypox. You think that monkeypox just came out of nowhere again? Sorry, I'm again jumping on my conspiracy theories. I don't think that it was just like, here you go. Now you're gonna have monkeypox again. Also, we're sitting here and we're basically telling our people, well, you shouldn't be vaccinating your children. It's bad for them. And they're gonna. Hello, that releases also all of these pandemics that we finally got rid of. And you're now, first of all, now you're telling us not to vax our kids. Now we're being forced to vaccinate because of COVID-19. What?
Certainly agendas were pushed during this entire thing. Yeah, absolutely. People use it as a political tool. People use it to manipulate people. It was a cluster fuck of all sorts of things, right?
I wanted to hear it from you.
I try not to curse, but I end up doing it anyways. What's the point of resisting at this point?
We got an hour and a half in before we cursed. That's pretty good for us.
There we go.
There we go.
But the point is that we could die from any minute, because actually, notice the poor response to the pandemic. If anything, here's another thing it could have been. It could have been practice for the big one. Because here's what I'm saying. I am a believer, and I'm probably going to get demonetized for this or something. I am a believer that it came from a lab, particularly a Chinese lab. Blammo, right? What if something worse had gotten out? Because they have worse. I promise you, they have way worse than COVID-19.
Absolutely.
In some of these labs, they have such worse, more contagious things. So what if they did? We would not be able to handle it.
No, 100%. I
There,
don't. I don't.
there are
Also,
theoretical plagues that could wipe us out. Maybe not in days, but in a few years.
well, right, and also we don't know what the repercussions of COVID-19 are. Where they're studying this supposedly and saying that, oh, this is gonna happen to you in a few years, and this could happen to you, and like we have no idea what is gonna happen because we just went through this pandemic. Do I think that there's a lot of fear mongering? I don't want to get you canceled. um, yes. Yeah, I do also think that you are correct. I don't think that this was the end all be all pandemic. I think that this was a first slew of many things to come. Again, guys, if you have not read Agenda 23, do it. It's fascinating articles that were written by our governments, basically saying that in the 21st century, I'm sorry that I'm getting conspiracy theories here, but like it does kind of lean into
It was going to come up. I wrote it down, but
Yeah.
it definitely is a way we could die, so I had to put it on our list.
Right, right. But I don't think that this pandemic that we're going to, yes, this 100% could be an apocalyptic thing. But I think that it's not going to be a natural pandemic. I think it's going to be a released pandemic.
It's absolutely something that we create. And so, just to let you guys know, before I really want to move on to Rebecca's, Princess Bax's statement right now. But before I do that, essentially, I'm trying not to get canceled, basically. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to choose my words about talking about the pandemic.
Choose your words. It's okay. I'm trying to choose mine. I hope I'm doing good, but I feel like I'm not. I feel like I failed.
I believe that it was a test run for something greater. For what? I don't know. Was it to get us inoculated? I'm not sure. But there were so many shady things in it. But I think it's funny that the news currently is trying their best to make other things. Like monkeypox is the most fake thing I've ever heard in my life. So I heard the number. So check this out. Kathy Hochul, the governor, or should I say the false governor of New York, she took the job from a man Cuomo. She has a state of emergency because of monkeypox. I heard the number the other night, and it blew me away. Every day the local news is going on and on about monkeypox. On and on, on and on. There are 87 cases in New York of monkeypox. How is that a state of emergency?
It's not a state of emergency. Here's the thing: is that when COVID happens, we went into panic mode. It wasn't panic mode. It was a tactic. It was again. Maybe we shouldn't talk about this because I don't want to get you canceled.
Let's do it. Whatever. Mothership Monday. We're supposed to break boundaries. Let's do it.
It was a tactic to fearmonger us as people. They want us in line. They want us to be prepared for a war. Because if you guys don't think that World War III is going to happen, or it's not already happening, you're wrong. It is. The governments want this to happen, in my personal opinion. I think that we kind of struck on that. We kind of talked about that. I don't think that nuclear war is necessarily the end all be all, but it could be, considering we're not really doing anything to. We're trying to stop Putin, but I think we could do better. I think we could.
We need just one brave general to have a coup.
No,
one brave general to have him killed.
Right. I just think that our governments, I think that they get along more so than we think that they do. And I think that there are many, many conversations that are happening to start an apocalypse, because we are overpopulated.
So you think it's like trim? I thought that was possible too. What is it? Trimming the herd or whatever?
It's trimming.
Like, for instance, you have to have the ideas. Everyone's hates hunting, but the problem is you need hunters to thin the herd of the animals that are huntable, like deer.
Correct.
If you have too many deer, you're gonna like the people out in the suburbs are gonna find deer in their gardens eating up their food.
Correct.
So you need a certain number of hunters to kill a certain number of deer. That's just how it is. This is the same thing. We have no predators, so we need a way to thin that herd. I feel
we are the predators. We are our own predators. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Look what. So COVID-19 started off killing our elderly.
Mm-hmm.
Then COVID-19 started off killing our children. Okay, which doesn't make sense to me. But kind of does. You know, now you've got the working aged people, right? So we're ready, able, willing. We shouldn't be because we are being herded, but we are the ones who are going to be able to rebuild, recreate, give them a population maybe that they want. I also do believe that there is some backbone to basically making us infertile. Here's the thing. Now they're talking about now all of a sudden they're taking women's rights away. Abortion's not okay anymore. Things are happening a lot very quickly. I think that there were things in that, maybe not all of the batches, but they did kind of go maybe into our classes and say, okay, lower class, make them infertile, middle class, maybe make half of them infertile, and then our upper classes are like, don't touch them at all.
Well, that's the eugenics, and they have been doing that since the early 1900s. They've been they have absolutely trying to make undesirable classes of people in every Western country, in every Western civilization country, trying to make certain groups of people less fertile or not producing children.
And this was an easy way to do it.
Real quick to catch up with the chat, Princess Max says, "Did we get to the Zeds yet?" I don't know if I know what the Zeds are. Please.
Zombies.
Oh, the zombies. There we go. They're called Zeds?
It's like, yeah, Zed, some people call them Zeds. It's a zombie apocalypse.
Oh, wow.
Zed's dead. Zed's dead. Yeah.
Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead. Curse words make you feel good from Princess
Yes,
Max.
they do.
Wait until they release the T-Virus. I'm telling you, Shaolin, they have one down there in their dungeons. Yeah, I believe that there is a pandemic apocalypse, and it will be the government made, and they will let us die while they sit in their IV. Yes, they have, the rich have bunkers and stuff to protect them from any major thing. They want to see if they can actually, this was a test run. They want to see if they can hold out later on for like always. By the way,
I think that at the moment I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, do you think?
I think they're casting us. Basically, this is where they're going to get rid of, like I said, it all is going to go down to our classes. So basically, our lower class, they want to abolish. They want to get rid of the homeless. They want to get rid of the lower class, even who are living in maybe the ghettos or the hood. This is not. It's not strategic. This is a game to them. It's like, okay, how do we do this? How do we get our population to where we want to go? And I believe that 100%.
Beck says everyone who got the vaccine is going to be entitled to some type of compensation in like 20 years. Yeah, or their children will be, right? Warbzor, thank you for the bits. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Means a lot, brother. I agree, Mantis. CVID was a test. The next one will be worse. All government made. By the way, our last, I love this. This should be an honor. Our last episode about the reptilians, it now has a Wikipedia warning at the bottom.
What?
So here's what it is. Basically, to fight disinformation, YouTube will, if you have a video about something they don't like, they'll put a link to the Wikipedia page, and they literally say reptilians are fictional creatures in folklore and ufology, and then they have a link to the Wikipedia page if you want to read about them. It's on the bottom of our video, so we should feel honored that YouTube was scared of our reptilian.
Thank you, YouTube. Yeah, that is an honor, but that also means that they are paying attention to us.
Which means this is probably going to get one and concerning COVID or something.
Most likely.
Next says, "Are we deer? We are deer. To the rich, we are deer."
Oh, 100%. We are. Yes, we are the prey. Wait, unless you said canceled, you meant snipe.
Mantis hasn't seen Shaun of the Dead clearly. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen.
Facts, right? Shaun of the Dead is
No reason
anyways.
for me to marry rich. Okay, got it. Yo, here's the problem. In terms of an apocalypse made by a pandemic, or any type of disease, I don't have any connects, so I'm not going to be invited to any of these bunkers. I know rich people, but I don't know incredibly rich people.
Uh
I wonder who's going to get invited. So I've church family who's extremely wealthy and they really love the shit out of me, but I don't know. I don't know if they're going to bring me into the bunker.
Do you think that they have a bunker? Like, okay, I don't think that all people are doomsday preppers either. I do.
No,
here's my thing.
but okay. Here's how
I do think that uber rich, they are connected in every facet. It doesn't matter. They know.
Okay, Lainey, you saw American Horror Story Apocalypse, right?
I did.
Do you remember when he meets the Illuminati?
Yes.
And they're all just the wealthiest people in the world. It's Bill Clinton, it's a bunch of other dudes.
Yeah.
I thought it was hysterical.
It was
But
great.
I think it's gonna be like that. That I think that like the wealthy guy won't even know he has a bunker, and someone's gonna come up to him and be like, "The virus is spreading. We have a bunker for you. Here's the key."
Yeah.
Or come with our men, and they'll send men to fetch them. I think that's how that's gonna go down. The same way they went to get the, the Satan parents, the parents of Satan, in the beginning of the apocalypse.
I'm hoping that they just sit there and say, "You've got great genes. You're coming with us." I don't have great genes. I'm fucked.
I don't have great genes. I admit it. Most of my genes are. I've got a few flaws in there.
The only thing I can say is that I can make a really mean martini. So if you
They
would
need
like me to
bartenders
come,
in the future.
exactly, you want me to come and be working class, I am your girl. I volunteer as tribute.
I honestly, I think the reason why everyone hates on Elon Musk is that he's actually a good guy.
He is a good guy.
He's against all the other rich people, and that he's gonna, when he takes us to Mars.
I think that he is. Yeah, I think that he's. Maybe he's our savior, man. I don't know. I don't know.
I would love to go to Mars with him because, like, I just need out of this shitty planet I'm on.
I mean, then we can go to Mars and we can become the upper class. You know what I mean? Like,
oh
now,
yeah. There's gonna be a statue of me, and this is why you.
Oh my god.
You're fine with the human race dying out. I'm not. I'm gonna be one of those 10,000 humans who survived the last apocalypse. And there's gonna be a statue of me, and they're gonna be like, some little kid's gonna be like, "Who's that guy, mommy?" And they're like, "That was the fat mantis. He survived the great apocalypse on the Earth and came to Mars."
Oh no, you got to be like the Egyptian though, so it's got to be like a mantis body. Your face.
With a human face, with a human face on a skinny man.
Oh my god!
Scaring the shit out of kids.
Please, that's what that has to happen, or do vice versa. Do like your body and a mantis head.
Yo, no, I love that. I would love that. Or
I'm
no,
gonna get a bobblehead.
Basically, I want to be there. I want to be in a suit.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I have like an overgrown, like a superhumanly sized mantis in my arms, but it's like my baby. And then I'm looking up to the stars, pointing to the future. You know? That's my statue.
Yeah. Okay. I can see it. I can see it.
I think we touched base on all the major ways that humans could theoretically destroy themselves, or we could get destroyed in an apocalypse.
Okay, but wait, we didn't talk about Zeds. What do you think?
I didn't have it on my list, but what do you?
Because what? I mean, I know we had an entire 2-hour episode of zombies, but you don't think that zombies are like a possibility?
Well, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Yeah.
Oh, so supposedly there's already they are basically working. So here's another thing: science fiction, guys, is our future. Read it like a Bible. Supposedly there are labs that are working on a zombie virus.
I'm sure of it.
Why?
There's so many benefits to it. Are you kidding me?
No. So this is exactly how COVID got released. It's like,
weaponizing the dead. That's the greatest weapon you could do. Imagine if you could selectively choose your end. Like, let's say we did it to Russia. We could selectively choose that they're dead, attack them. That's brilliant. That would mess so much stuff up. Of course,
You're
you
talking
don't.
now you're talking World War Z stuff. So we're actually getting into the nitty-gritty of World War Z. So the book was phenomenal. I think we talked about this also in our
Right,
episode.
you're saying the book is way better than the movie because I thought the movie was boring.
Because the book was all tactical. It was basically like what we're talking about, making the dead kind of be well, not really, but it's been a really long time since I read that book. It was kind of how to survive the zombie apocalypse and what regions were affected. But that's the thing too, is that if you're going to sit there and say that, oh, let's weaponize the dead and have it attack the Russians, they're dead, attack themselves. If you don't think that there is it's going to happen.
Oh, of course. I'm saying
somebody bitten's going to get on a goddamn airplane, come over to America, and fuck the world.
Okay, right. It'll be like the Train to Busan, but like you saw that, right? The Train to Busan.
Yeah. Yes.
Where the girl, she's bit and she gets on the train. But here's what I'm saying is that like I'm not saying it's something I would do, but I understand the thought process to someone who's in the military, being like, we need to create a zombie virus so that we give it to our enemy.
Oh my God, our, this is exactly why I said, maybe we don't deserve to live.
Lainey, you know what your problem is? This is going to get political. I'm sorry.
Oh.
But your problem is sometimes here's what I'm saying. Your takes, your emotional takes, and I'm not just saying this because you're a woman and therefore emotional, but your emotional takes are often right. However, they're illogical because oftentimes you're rooting not for yourself or your home team.
I didn't say I shouldn't live. I should totally
Here's what I'm saying. You're an American. You should vote for the prosperity of America in every way.
I do.
You're a human. You should vote for the prosperity of humanity all the time. You're a woman. You should always vote for the prosperity of women. It goes on and on, I could say. But vote for your team. Don't hate on your own team, right? Do it.
Maybe I'm a reptilian, and maybe that's why I'm not voting for the human race.
But yeah, maybe you don't know it yet, and they're going to hypnotize you, and you're going to transform. You're
Exactly.
like, I'm finally the real Lainey I was meant to be.
Exactly, because I think that the human race is really, out of that list, the only one that I don't root for.
And so Bex knows what's going on. Bex says, I keep telling people this shit, it's all a game, and I'm playing to win, damn it. Absolutely. Hashtag survival.
Absolutely.
Hashtag winning. Matt says, no, zombies aren't real. I'm not afraid. So, Matt, one day a zombie's going to come to your house, man. You'll be able to kill it.
They can clone with stem cells. They absolutely are trying to figure out how to rejuvenate dead cells. Yes, absolutely. Stem cells. Well, that's another topic, but stem cells are fascinating.
I want me some of them stem cells.
Yo, for real, for real.
Here's what I'm saying. I hate to say it. I do believe that our ancestors, when they were creating a blood magic, drinking blood for vampires, all these occult things, they were trying to articulate something that science knows is right.
Absolutely.
Like I said, the young blood transfusions are good for you, right? Also, stem cells. Stem cells will rejuvenate anything.
Stem cells literally can save the world, but they say that they are too controversial, so we can't use them. Get
Lainey,
the fuck out.
Here's what I'm saying. You're the conspiracy queen, and you haven't figured it out yet, or you're not mentioning it in this moment. They want the world to be fatalistic for you and me because we're poor. Rich people get to use the stem cells. They're using stem cells for beauty products. They're using stem cells to grow younger and to live longer and all these things. We can't. They outlaw them for me and you.
Correct.
Because we're poor people.
Correct. I'm not poor.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. When they outlaw something, like for instance, when they outlaw abortion in a state, you think the governor's daughter can't get an abortion in Arkansas? No way.
Absolutely.
No way. Absolutely not. If he wants her to get an abortion, she'll get one.
Yeah,
there won't be a problem with that. So I don't really think that anything is really outlawed. I think the rich use it. They have clinics and stuff.
Correct.
And that's all about World War Z. Princess Beck says, hopefully they are not running zombies. My cardio is trash. So,
Yeah, if they're running zombies, I think that most like that would be the worst scenario ever for humanity in general, is if they were running zombies. Um,
I gotta be real with you, and I'm gonna be real with our audience.
mhm.
So I have gained a lot of weight in the last year, and I literally look at pictures of myself from like a year ago, and I did not. And so I was really depressed in this last year, and I have just been drinking a lot and not working out, not going to the gym like I used to. I'm still paying for a gym membership. I'm a little angry at that, but
You should be angry at yourself for that.
and
But
so I need to
no
find a way to
nagging.
motivate to get back into it. But the point is, yes, my cardio's gone. I've gained like 30, 40 pounds over the last year. I like it's disgusting, man. It's disgusting. But yes, if a bunch of zombies came into my house right now, I'm fucked.
Same. No, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, probably not. I think I could fight off a zombie. Running zombie, not so much. No, I'd be dead.
I'll fight. I'll take a bunch of them down with me. But Shoutlin says a zombie apocalypse wouldn't be too crazy. The hardest part would be not catching it. The zombies would either rot or get eaten by bugs and animals to the point where they can't move within days. Yes, that's what's unrealistic about The Walking Dead. This apocalypse has been going on for years, and the dead are still rotting in the sun all day long, and they're not done for. It makes no sense.
No, it doesn't make any sense, and that's why I don't know if a zombie apocalypse could ever actually happen.
It would have to be a short-term assault.
It would be a super short-term assault. I don't think we would lose as many people as we think that we would, unless they were running zombies. Then I do think that a running zombie could do some damage on the human population.
I love that H. Gell says most Americans would be done if it's exactly because Americans are those fat asses who don't go to the gym.
We are fat asses who don't go to the gym.
Yeah.
I know. I need to start going. Hello, Ken. I need to start going back.
Rebuke TV is up in here. What up, holler?
Hello.
Let's drink more. Dang it. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I need it. But like, I do believe a zombie apocalypse is possible. I just need to be. I need more proof on it.
I don't need proof. I know it could. I know it's got potential. I just.
Do you think they've broken it already? You think they have the secret?
No, I think that honestly we're dumb enough to have like if we broke the secret, we would have released it already. That I believe, because we're dumb. Listen, I'm not sitting here and saying that I'm not rooting for the humankind. I want to see us survive. I just think that most of our population, in today's world, we could do without. I want to see us bud and start over. Is what I'm trying to say.
And once again, unfortunately, got to get political.
That's fine.
Thing, and so this is why I'm against concepts like universal basic income and like all these other things. And so the idea is, just because someone exists, here's what I'm saying. Life is hard. Even if we were to take all the great resources we've earned on this planet and spread them out and share them, it's actually not a lot for everyone. Everyone thinks that they're like, there's more than enough. So why do we have concepts like, universal basic income? Why? So some idiot gets born and they exist, and then they just get free money and they get to just sit around and breathe our air and drink our water? Fuck that. I think that, I think we have to do some level of work or pitching in, even on the tribal concept. And I know you're all into the tribal stuff. In the tribal sense, everyone had a job. If you didn't do your job, you're out. Right? So I'm just saying, I don't understand this concept where we need to look out for everybody. You're right. We are terribly overpopulated. And maybe the people who will prove that they're worthy of survival in this new future, this dark future we've painted with all these apocalyptic scenarios, are people who are going to work. Because at the end of the day, let's say one of these apocalyptic scenarios happens. Who are you going to trust to have your back? This is the Otis situation from Walking Dead all over again. Remember it?
Mm-hmm.
Otis is when Shane meets up with a fat dude, the really big fat dude, and they're like, we got to go get the respirator so they can do a surgery. And they go to this high school. Do you remember this?
Oh, I remember that scene very well. We've actually fought over this scene.
We fought over this. And so the major point that I think that Shane was in Shane's head is that Otis
Wasn't worthy.
wasn't worthy of survival, and
Correct.
that's why he became bait
Right.
over a survivor.
But isn't that the horrible thing? Is that I think most humans, their survival instincts would kick in to the point where nobody's worthy. Like if I were in a group of people and it came down to me or the person next to me, it's gonna be me all day, baby. Bye. You're not worthy.
There's a pecking order, and so you're not gonna, you wouldn't shoot the leg of an alpha who's really great at running, has great cardio, has firearm skills.
No, absolutely.
You wouldn't shoot that person. You're gonna shoot Otis, who's the fucking guy who's slow, right?
Right.
And so it's the same thing in life. It's that whole entire thing, I feel like, is some sort of giant metaphor for life. That's why we keep bringing it up.
Right.
And I just think there's too many Otises on this planet, and not enough Shanes. I know there's a bunch of people at home right now listening. They're like, "He's a monster."
I don't know. I don't think you're a monster. I do get what you're saying, and I do think that yeah. Listen again. Without the purge, there are a few people that I would push in front of a zombie.
Yo. Right, yeah, right. Yo, Mantis, Mantis, too bad you don't live closer. I'm always looking for a workout partner. Yo, you know what's so funny? I have often thought about moving to your area, Matt. I'm looking for a change in my life, and I've actually thought about it. So I will let you know if I move to your area. It will be a great celebration. How does one dress for the apocalypse? Well, you need a lot of straps and a lot of pockets.
Yeah, I feel like we do depict in our entertainment pretty well on the clothing that we would wear during an apocalypse.
Our background right now, that dude's dressed for the apocalypse.
Yeah, for sure. That's how I would look in the apocalypse. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you either. I've been stocking up on my boots, just for the occasion. Don't forget those in your survival tactic, guys, and your survival kits. You need boots, because
I hate boots, man.
Oh, I love boots. I am a boot girl, through and through. I've got my Docs. I've got boots for days.
Check this out. I'm so into sneakers that there's a heavy duty waterproof sneaker that I use instead of boots.
I hate
because I just don't want to wear boots.
No.
I don't like my ankles being fucked with.
Really? Weird. Okay.
I feel like I don't want to, whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's a little weird, but okie dokie.
Wait, Dax, I promise you'd wear different clothes during the apocalypse than you would during like a normal year of like day of the year, right?
I think I have some clothing that would work in the apocalypse, and I think that also you got to think too, are you really thinking about what you're gonna wear? Nah, man. If the apocalypse happened, I'm literally grabbing what I can, throwing it into a backpack, and running for my life.
Okay, so
I don't think that I would have clothing prepared for the apocalypse.
We should. All of us should, actually. No,
I mean, yeah. Now that I think of it, maybe I'll buy another pair of Docs.
Okay, so you guys need
You need a machete.
Well, machete, which is very cheap. You can get that at Home Depot.
Yeah.
Also another thing that I want to suggest to you is glass breaker gloves. Now, the justification for these is supposedly if someone is trapped in a car, you can break the glass, but it's really there for knocking motherfuckers out. But it's good for both. It's an armor type of glove with hard plastic knuckles area. And the whole point is you're supposed to be able to punch open a window. Let's say you're trapped in a car or something. But you need gloves like that. Those gloves, nothing's going to rip through them, cut them. A zombie probably shouldn't be able to bite through them. Although I don't know how strong these fuckers are. So that's one thing. You need a good rain poncho. Not coat.
Poncho.
But poncho, man. You need a poncho. It hangs right over its hood. Boom. Right there. And you can take it in and out. And actually some ponchos, if they're military grade ponchos, can also be turned into tents.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So these are examples of good things. I like cargo pants. I love cargo pants.
So you have thought about this a little bit.
I definitely, yeah, I know. If I was going out into war, I know what kind of gear I'd want to bring with me. You know,
Definitely rope. Get one of those rope bracelets too.
if
There's a
there's
lot of
zombies,
line on that.
if there's zombies, you won't need bulletproof armor,
Mm-mm.
but body armor. And
Mhm.
so it's funny on YouTube. I follow a channel called Hard to Hurt, and so it's a former cop and an MMA guy.
Uh-huh.
And he's not a cop anymore or anything. He runs a dojo, but he teaches you self defense. He just talks about self defense, the legalities of self defense. His name's Icy Mike.
I see Mike.
Icy Mike, and so they teach you the legalities, but also what to do. And he's always doing reviews of like weapons and all these things. And I think it's so funny. He had one episode where he's like body armor, and he's like, better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Facts.
And
Absolute
so
facts.
obviously expensive to buy body armor.
Yeah, but you
bulletproof
can make body armor. Like
No, but I'm talking about a bulletproof vest. Protect you from.
you can make one of those too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean
You're an armoress?
maybe. Yeah, you're absolutely right though. With so Heather says basically that everything I need would be in one store, and yeah, I that's exactly where I'd probably go if the apocalypse happened.
Wait, did you say strap-ons?
Yes.
No, Mantis, I'm on your side. We need to trim the fat. Yes, absolutely, we do. Suited and
Suited
booted.
and booted. That's right,
I love
Bex.
that. That's our new show slogan. Suited and booted.
Bex, you and I can get together and we'll start talking about apocalyptic outfits because I'm with you on that. I never thought of the outfits, but now it's kind of like maybe I should think about my outfit.
So obviously we've hit the 2-hour mark. It's probably time to almost wrap it up in a few. I'm having so much fun, by the way.
Me too. This is great.
But we can't end without me commenting on. So remember how we talked about? We even had an episode mainly about it. The Georgia Guidestones.
Yeah.
And so there's like a legend about the creators of that were a cult.
Yeah.
And people don't know what happened to that cult. And people believe that somewhere near where they have an underground bunker.
Yes.
And they're living it out, and years later they're going to come up topside.
Right.
And I think that's so funny that right now it's possible that there is an underground bunker of people who think a nuclear war has happened.
I kind of hope that that's the case.
Yeah. For entertainment purposes, that would
And
be
then
so funny.
what would be funnier? And this is gonna sound so bad, guys, and I'm sorry. This is gonna sound evil, but I hope that they come up they've run out of their supplies. Their years have gone by. They come up, and that's when the nuclear war happens.
Right. They're like, everything's nice and beautiful out, and then they look up the sky and they see a fucking mist coming down. Or maybe it says skinny jeans and hipster sweaters is all I need.
There you go.
Yeah, you need a lot of pockets, man. You need pockets.
You need lots of pockets. Boots.
I love pockets and stuff.
I'm gonna buy myself. I'm gonna buy myself like a saddle bag. Put my knife in it. Definitely get a machete.
I mean, what do you think of spats?
I don't even know what a spat is. I'm sorry. What? What the fuck is a spat? What is a spat?
It's a piece of armor that you wear over your boot laces.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, you put it over your thing and you stretch it over. And so like
I'm looking this up because I feel like I would 100% be down to have this.
Ken says Kimmy Schmidt.
Oh no.
No, that's not something you'd wear.
No. Nah.
You don't want your laces to come undone in the middle of the battlefield. That's what I'm saying.
I'd probably make my own that were just absolutely awesome. Maybe because these aren't cute. They ain't cute though.
No, they're not. They're certainly not cute. But
no, you don't understand. I'm going to be the best dressed apocalyptic person in the entire world. You gotta go ahead.
Yeah, look up. Google Spat Army. So they'll have more army brands because I noticed when I googled Spat, it had some really bullshit ass spats, but Spat and Army. So that's more of the army styles. You know what?
Alright.
You know what movie? Yeah, you still don't like it. You know what movie?
Oh, those I like.
Yeah.
Ooh.
See, there's all sorts of great apparel you could do for the apocalypse. I always can't wait.
Maybe, you know what I'm going to do? Oh my God. I figured out what I'm going to be for Halloween. And then I'm going to keep all this shit. So when the apocalypse happens, I've got it. Boom.
Oh, yo, and you know what's funny? Last night's episode of House of the Dragon, I know what I'm going to be. I'm going to be my Halloween costume. It's going to be something out of that.
Is it who we were talking about earlier?
No. It's not that. So you know King Viserys?
Yeah.
You know the king.
Yeah.
He's like, when he's super old and decrepit, he is the scariest looking motherfucker ever. He's like the ancient motherfucker. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna be an ancient decrepit king with like a crown on it.
You crack me up. You really get into Halloween. I love it.
I love
I love Halloween. Anybody who doesn't get into Halloween makes me super upset. And I honestly usually make my costumes, and this year I just like haven't really been into it. But I think I figured out what I'm going to be for Halloween, guys. I'm going to be an apocalyptic. Ooh, I'm going to make myself a bird. I'm going to be a what are doctor doctor with the bird mask.
Oh, the plague doctors.
Plague doctor. I'm going to be a plague doctor. There we go. I'm going to be a
That's
plague
creepy.
doctor.
That's creepy.
Steampunk plague doctor.
There we go.
Boom.
All you need is a lot of leather, says review.
That's right.
Kimmy Schmidt was great. I'm telling you, there were probably more than one cult hiding under.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would have to agree with that. It just, yeah.
Beck says double
not. That's right. Double not that bitch. Thank you. Lainey will be dressed like Tank Girl.
Tank Girl, yes. You know Tank Girl, no?
I don't.
The comic book Tank Girl. You don't know Tank Girl?
I was not a comic person, guys. I know. I this sounds awful considering how much.
She's cute. Check her out.
All right, I'm checking her out. Was that your way of being like, shut up, Lainey? Nobody needs to know. So you're not into comics? How dare you?
No. That's...
Oh yeah. I know Tank Girl. That is how I would dress. 100%. Yeah.
You know, so it's so funny. You know what it is? Maybe because all these fictions and all these talks about like the end of the world, is it possible that a part of us all want the apocalypse to happen? I think I've done it to death, talked about the purge thing, how everyone secretly wants the purge to happen. But do you think we all want our lives drastically mixed up to be the apocalypse?
Hi, my name's Lainey. I'm an anarchist. Yes, 100%. Listen, do I want to see millions of people die? No. But I'd like to see technology die and like maybe us go in more. Yeah, I'd like to. You know what? That was something we didn't talk about either. A technology apocalypse where basically we just go dark. All of our lights go out. Our Wi-Fi's gone. Everything.
But what would cause that? What would cause that?
A hacker.
Well, I don't. I know I'm referencing a lot of like dork properties right now. So in the Power Rangers Operation Overdrive, they live in a post-apocalyptic world where AI or like robots are the bad guys.
Okay.
And you know every Power Rangers team has a mentor. And there's like this female scientist who's their mentor in that season. And they go into her origin, and it's so effing dark that she caused the apocalypse. That she's the one who created the AI that took over and obliterated humanity.
That's what I'm saying. That could totally happen.
And you could just be like a harmless hacker, or someone just creates an invention. And that invention could lead to the end of humanity. Imagine what that would do.
But so we're sitting here and we're talking about like how it would lead to the end of humanity, but an apocalypse doesn't necessarily need to mean like
I don't believe
death.
I don't believe it.
No, I think it's going to be more of what we just spoke about. It's going to be an electronic apocalypse. Basically, no banking systems, no lights, no internet. People will go nuts. And then that's where the death happens.
So
Then it turns into a purge.
when I was in Charlottesville last, I didn't meet. I've known the guy for years, but I hadn't seen him in years. And so, kind of, I don't know. I wouldn't say a friend, an acquaintance of mine, fellow kung fu guy. He was in the Iraq War, and when he came back, he couldn't deal with society.
Okay.
He's like, F this. Everything makes me uncomfortable. He went out to national park property and made a very elaborate hut from the skills he learned in Iraq. And he lives there. He has a bike that he takes to a farm where he's a farmhand. And then he also bikes into the city to take kung fu with us.
Why does that sound not legal?
Oh, it's not legal. If they found his hut, he'd be completely.
Oh, so he's like
he's living the way it looks like Yoda's hut on Dagobah.
That's what I want to do. Let's go.
Yo, this guy's tripped out. He's got all these crazy philosophies. But I remember one thing he was saying to me. It kind of blew me away. He said, he's like, civilization is just an experiment. And man hasn't realized it's time to end the experiment.
Yo, I wish I could meet him. I'm there. Listen, and I am a techie user. I use tech all the time. Obviously, we're
all obsessed with it. They made it that way.
All obsessed with it.
So addictive.
Yes. So this is the apocalypse. We're living it because we're constantly in our phones. We are zombies. We're constantly just sitting in our cell phones and like. Yep.
Shaolin says, "Oh, that weird dude." Yes, the weird dude. You know that weird dude. Here's the thing. The dude is weird on other levels. That I like. For instance, I wouldn't introduce you to him because I think like he's bad weird. But that is it. He is smart in terms of like
bad weird in what way?
He says other crazy shit. Like it's not fun. But the civilization
is this like? Do you think you know a serial killer kind of bad way? Shit. That's okay. You don't have to say it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go into all the details. Ken points out it's a full moon tonight. The blood moon. Jesus.
Hell
Christ.
yeah! Oh, I want to go see that.
We're all gonna die.
We're not gonna die. Oh my god. We've had blood moons before. We had a blood moon last year.
I'll take the zombies over losing technology. Black Twitter is going to be lit during the apocalypse. I just said that with a straight face and it hit me. I was like, reacted. I was like, that's hysterical.
You did.
What am I trying to say? I think, honestly, the apocalypse will be both filled with dread and horror, but also, I think, a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Basically, guys, get your purge outfits together.
You get your purge outfits, your apocalypse gear.
Get your apocalyptic gear together.
I'm going to brand all my armor with, it's going to say the fat Mantis. It's going to have Mantis on it. All my shit, my body armor.
I'll don mine with a train. Am I still train?
So I imagine your logo should be like a train barreling toward the viewer. And you're the engineer. You're wearing like one of those hats, and you're like hanging out the window smiling.
No. I need to come up with something better.
We'll talk about it. But the Black Twitter, it's gonna be all these things are gonna be lit. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be a good time.
Faux show.
But I'm just saying, you guys do realize that within a few days of the apocalypse, we will lose internet.
Oh, 100%. We're going to lose everything.
Really
so here's
chaos,
my thing.
man.
This is why I think technology apocalypse is probably one of the more realistic, is that if we were to lose power first, people will lose their shit. And that will cause death and riots and violence. And like the moment it happens, guys, run. Because I'm telling you, your neighbors are going to go crazy. They're going to be knocking on your door. Where's the Wi-Fi? Run!
Yeah, as soon as you lose power, people are going to lose their minds, their collective minds. Shaolin says, Black Twitter equals the best part of Twitter. I feel that. The thing
I
is,
wasn't invited. I wasn't invited to Black Twitter, so I wouldn't know.
I wonder why. Yeah, why don't you ask your friend Mango?
Oh!
I take it you have not heard from her ever again.
I heard from her like a month after everything went down. But no, I didn't keep in I didn't try to keep in touch with her.
And for those who don't know, we're talking about someone who faked their identity on a streaming app we used to do. We used to be on Spoon, and she was super popular, like very popular. I remember one of her shticks was she would read the best tweets from Black Twitter, and it would crack my ass up. She was
she was very talented. It was sad.
But then when people found out she was lying about who she was, they came for her, man. They came for her. They destroyed her. And I know you guys were friends, and I'm sorry that you lost your friend. Like, she felt like she had to run away from everything, right?
We were very good friends. It wasn't even like we talked, but it was kind of my fault too. I never asked. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm a very trusting person too. Like, I didn't ask to FaceTime or anything. Like, what, I didn't think I needed to. You know, we were actually talking about meeting, and actually, like, when we started talking about meeting in person, this is like when everything happened. Like, she all of a sudden was being caught for being a catfish and this, that, the other. And I'm just like, what the front door is happening? And I always made jokes that I was a catfish but I'm not. Hi, I'm real. This is not fake. But yeah, it was sad. I don't know. Maybe
you look like CGI to me.
I'm totally CGI, guys. It's because I want to put braces on and a gap tooth. Because this is cute.
Princess Rex says it's hilarious when people get canceled on Spoon.
Are they still canceling people on Spoon?
I mean, they still get canceling people on Spoon.
Courtney, did you know Mango? Wait, did Courtney Mango?
I don't know if he knew Mango, but I knew he was on Spoon at the time. So
I miss Mango.
I don't know. I miss those days as well. Those were great days.
They were. They really were. I've been contemplating going back. Wait, what was this, like a Rachel Dolezal kind of moment?
Okay, Matt, I'm gonna lay it down real well. She was a person. She created a personality. Was well known. People loved her. She showed her picture all the time. Her PFP would change all the time. It's the same girl every time.
She was good,
man. Beautiful black girl.
Beautiful.
Definitely black. She would tell stories. She said she worked for Google or something, right? She was like, she had a
was true. That was true.
Is that true?
That was true.
And so check this out. She had a huge fans. You know, it was one of those. It was a app that people tipped. Until you made your money, people tipped you. Kids would throw money at her, and she was like an advice. She was like
she was a talent show / comedian / she started doing advice.
I don't care that she catfished, but basically at the end of the day, it turned out that she was really a fat black girl and not a beautiful black girl. That's the difference. But kids, the fact that her thing was different, people flipped. People flipped out. I mean, what do you think? I
didn't honestly think that the real her was unattractive. It was shocking more so than anything. It was.
You didn't want people to. I'm fine with it because I think people put up fake pictures all the time. I don't believe in half these pictures, Lainey. I don't even think you're real. Just like I said, you're a CGI right now. That's just what the internet is about. So I don't judge people for putting up fake pictures or having fake identities.
You think I'm fake, huh? I'm so fake.
I'm kidding because no one would pretend they're from Jersey.
Oh, come on. Leave back Jersey alone. Jersey's not bad.
Look her up. I mean, I don't know if there's a way to look up Mango.
There's not. There's not a way to look her up.
Spoon is such a small app. It's ridiculous. Like, almost nobody's on it. And I don't think you can find her old account. I think she deleted it. And I don't know how
her account is gone. I think that she finally left. If you know Weechi the God, look him up. He'll show you pictures, I'm sure.
Weechi the God.
Matt, I don't think you wouldn't know Weechi.
Shaolin says Matt is ready for tea time. Yes, he is. AJ says, you're saying Lainey is pre-recorded green screen? Absolutely.
I feel like I want to take these things as compliments because it's really sweet that you guys think that I would be a catfish. Um, but I guarantee you guys I'm not a catfish.
It's funny the catfishes that turned up. Like, who was the girl? Wolf Sakai
She was a
turned out to be
catfish.
underaged.
Super underage. Actually, I was the one who got her kicked off. I talked to her mother. Talked to her mother. I said, I want to let you know that your 11-year-old daughter
No way, she was 11.
is sitting here and talking to older men, and she's getting herself into a lot of trouble.
I don't know. Here's what I'm saying. She spoke to me and stuff. It was never. I promise you, she never was like. She wasn't. She didn't seem like she was looking for like any type of inappropriate sexual stuff. She
Well,
just
that's
wanted to
good.
be in the cool. Like she wanted to hang out in the cool streams.
She wanted to hang out with the cool streams, absolutely, but she was young. She was like 11.
Because on that app, also there were underage girls that like were looking like for trouble.
Yeah.
If you know.
I don't think she was one of those necessarily, but she was talking to an older gentleman and telling him that she was older than she was.
Yeah, and so, there was one girl. There was one girl who wanted to send me all sorts of pics. She was talking about sending me pics and stuff, and I was like, "How old are you?" And she refused to tell me. And I was like talking to some people, and they'd be like, "The only reason she'd refuse to tell you is that she's underage. There's no other reason to lie." And I was like, "You're right."
Yeah,
and I was
guys,
like, "We can't do this."
Don't accept pictures from girls that don't.
But I'm saying these girls, like some of these girls, are literally looking for trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. Honestly, that's when my spoon career started dying. Was when I joined the. I joined basically a team of people who wanted to get rid of the pedophiles on Spoon, and like my mental health went, woo! It was bad.
Yo, app creators. I know we're totally off topic. App creators will always defend pedophiles because they bring them money.
They bring money. Absolutely,
Yeah.
I get it. It's a disgusting truth.
Beck says Spoon is a wild place. Yes, it is.
Yes,
and
it is. FBI has
FBI
entered the chat. Oh man, I miss Spoon. I really do miss Spoon.
I miss the good days of Spoon.
Me too. Man,
It's
I miss being popular. No, I'm just kidding.
We had a great stream today. You should.
No, that's not what. Oh my God! Wait, that's not what I meant. I miss the fan count. I'm not gonna lie. Like I know it's a silly thing to miss, and it's stupid because like they really, it was people who fanned me, not necessarily who came into my lives every day and like supported me. But that fan
I miss
count
the
was,
community. Honestly, I miss.
I do.
miss that community. It was a great.
But
It was a great
but you
community
know what?
because it was small. You
Yes.
knew who all the popular streamers were, and they knew you, and like that.
Yes.
And I hate like on Twitch.
Yeah.
Like Amaranth doesn't know who the fuck I am. And she's not gonna say hi to me if I come into her stream. So what the fuck is the point? And it's not just her.
I miss that too. I know.
Yeah.
I totally understand what you're saying. I miss the camaraderie of walking into a stream and being like, "Oh my God, it's Lainey," or you know, like
They're like, welcome to the chat.
Yeah.
Lainey.
Yeah. Or you would come in, right? Or you'd come into my stream, Mantis, hey, what's up? I miss streaming a lot, to be completely honest.
Matt says, FBI, don't come after me. I don't have anything. I'm poor.
Don't come after me.
He says I miss Fork.
Fork. I still think we should create our own app and call it Fork.
I agree.
Or Fork
Yo,
the Spoon. Fork the Spoon.
No, you can't have the word spoon in it.
Oh, but it would be hilarious. Damn.
Basically, here's my. We should really close up. I'm having fun, but my idea is when I hit Powerball, I'm going to take the best things of internet radio and Spoon and meld them into one.
Okay, don't forget your friends. You're on this journey.
I'm gonna like Lainey who.
Probable.
Lainey who. Review TV who.
You'll lead me.
Cat, never heard of him.
You'll
AJ the Rebel? Who the hell is that? Shaolin Iceboxer. Is that even a thing? Princess who? You're not amused by this.
No, not at all.
Oh.
Not at all. You don't forget your friends.
Yo, buy us Fork You.
Fork you. That's hilarious. Oh, I love that. Yes. Buy us Fork you. That's great.
So it'd be Fookie? No, Bookie. Boofy.
Boofy. I'm sorry,
I can't read, guys.
Boofy.
That's bizarre. Anyway, I think start dead. Start the loss when you hit Powerball. Absolutely, man. I'll fly to New York and confront you
for the clout. Exactly, Matt. We'll go together. Boo foo.
He has receipts. He has receipts of every time I've mentioned him in chat. I'll be like, who's back cat? I don't know this back cat.
Yo, for real. I've got video with you, man.
Oh, it could still be Boo-Foo. Because
Boo-Foo.
you could just be you.
Exactly.
Why?
I love it. I think that's hilarious. Actually.
An app called Boo-Foo.
Boo-Foo. Yeah. Boo-Foo.
But yo, do you have any final thoughts on the apocalypse?
No, I had so much fun tonight. Thank you for talking the apocalypse with me. This has literally been on the top of my list since we started doing this. I love talking about the apocalypse. It's one of my favorite topics.
Right.
So thank you for that.
You're very welcome. I love doing this. I always have so much fun. But best day of the week is Monday.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so, guys, actually, do you have any shout outs or any announcements you want to make?
No, because I'm lame and I need to start streaming again.
She means she's going to work harder.
Yeah, I feel like you know what? That's funny because every time I talk about streaming again, I feel like I end up working in real life way harder than yeah.
Just so you guys know, you should pity and love Lainey because she works like 60 hours a week.
Don't pity me. I don't like pity, but love me. Love is great. Pity, no. I chose.
Okay, then I don't pity you.
Thank you.
Psych. But anyway, yo, this is the Fat Mantis signing off with Lainey O. We've had another Mothership Monday and all these things to consider about the apocalypse. Thank you for joining us this week. We've had so much fun. Remember to keep tuning in to Voice of the Fat Mantis. Brunch with the Fat Mantis returns tomorrow. I know I took about a week off. You know, like a lot of crazy Halloween stuff. But we're going to get back into creepy, fun streams. Just, you know, that's 11:30-ish if I wake up in time. Mm-hmm. And, of course, Rogue Planet, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, where we hit all the nerdcore stuff. And, of course, tonight, Fanboy Modeling School. Me and Hold Up TV keeping it extremely real at 10 p.m. And that's on Fight Juice Online, only on YouTube. We love you all. Remember to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and keep tuning in to Mothership Mondays. Peace.
Bye, guys.